free technology, a bit more analog.
The 90s.
This broadcast is brought to you by MRF.
And hello.
And a very good afternoon and welcome from the Hungaroring, where we celebrate the 40th World Championship Formula One Hungarian Grand Prix. It's round 14 this year of the Formula One World Championship. This the 75th anniversary of this World Championship that so far is very much going McLaren's way. In fact, they could actually take this race off and go on an extended summer break and still be in the lead of the championship when we go to Austin, even if everyone, their closest challengers have scored maximum points. That's how big their lead is. But it's Ferrari on pole today with Charles Leclerc. 70 laps to come around this 2.7-mile circuit, and McLaren second and third on the grid. Cooler track conditions at the moment than we had by the end of qualifying yesterday. Soft C5 might not see that too much in the race. Medium and hard are the favoured race tyres. If you've saved a couple of sets of hard tyres, that could be your key to victory today.
Hello, chat, hello, radio check.
Come to the Hungaroring. Plenty of tourists in town too, and this is the grid that awaits them for this afternoon's Grand Prix. 19 cars on it. Yuki Tsunoda will start from the pit lane. Alex Albon fifth on the grid. Was a season best. He was slowly in qualifying yesterday. Nico Hülkenberg starts 18th alongside him. Esteban Ocon beaten by Ollie Behrman in qualifying at 7 apiece and has so far this season. Pierre Gasly 16th. Kimi Antonelli had a final lap to lead
Welcome back to this channel where we are doing watch along of Hungarian Grand Prix 2025.
Lewis Hamilton starts 12th. Nigel Mansell won from there.
Ferrari P1.
Ollie Behrman starts where he's finished for the last 4
That's
races.
the only thing we are gonna talk today. Ferrari P1.
And Liam Lawson, who's one place above his former teammate Max Verstappen, who starts 8th. And Max has never
go,
won
Charles
Leclerc.
Leclerc, baby, let's go. And chat, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe.
George Russell Q3 only the second time here starts 4th.
Race is going to start in 2 minutes.
Oscar Piastri won from second here
Formation
last
lap
year.
is going to start in 2 minutes. Let's go, everything is ready.
For the first time here and the first time this season.
Looking forward to this
Leclerc P1, Piastri and Norris, two fastest cars behind Ferrari.
The first outlier is Lewis Hamilton on the
Oh, then Russell and two Aston Martins.
And hope he gets a little bit
This
of
is
luck with
going to
safety
be
car
tricky.
timing, if there is one indeed, and then a mix and match through the rest of the field. Sainz starts on softs, as does Hülkenberg and Albon in the second at Williams. So again, they'll be hoping for an early pit stop, and they can early safety car and pit stop to get
Hello.
So quite a different mixture of concepts.
people
of how to
watching
best
this
run
stream,
this 70 lap
just hit
race.
that like and subscribe
It's
button.
fearsome, this
Race
track, 'cause
is
the corners
going
just
to
keep coming at
start
you thick
in
and fast.
2
Piastri's been
minutes.
on the radio
Leclerc
saying,
on
"My
medium
wonder what was still not
tires.
working properly." We did see them working on the back of his seat.
Mostly everybody is on medium tires except Hamilton on hard tires.
Tasting the sweet success
Oh
of
my
champagne
God.
for the first driver by the end of this race.
Hamilton
Lando
on
Norris says
hard,
he's come here,
Sainz on
to
soft,
win, this race this weekend, and Charles
Gasly on
Leclerc
hard,
is hoping he can keep the
Hülkenberg and
McLarens at bay,
Albon
and this is a track that
on
rewards
softs.
patience,
Other than
Martin
that,
Brundle.
everybody
But
on
with
mediums.
472 meters to go down to the first corner, the patience could wait until after they've been
Saving
through
those
that,
hards are
and it's a
going to be
great run down
really
to turn
tricky.
one. I can't wait
Hamilton,
to see how it all evolves with the top 3, maybe 4, and
let's
George
go
Russell getting in
formation
on the
lap
action.
It's only far enough down there
starting.
to get a
Let's go.
slipstream,
Hope for a
brand new
clean
surface. I was
first
talking to
lap
Bridgewater
for
about how it's-
Charles.
the zone is completely
Charles
new.
baby.
And so we don't really know. Often here you had quite a big
And
difference delta,
formation
we
lap
call it,
is
like to impress
starting.
ourselves with, left to
Let's
right,
go.
because everybody piles down the left-hand side of the grid. Is that still the same with the brand new surface? But in any event, it pays to be on the inside down into the first corner
Sainz
if
is
you can.
going
It's
to
nice
be
and
a
wide. But
real
those that
headache
sweep around
to
the outside often run
Hamilton.
out of space as
He's
well.
on
But it's going to get
softs,
feisty
Hamilton
down
on
into turn one.
And a nice headwind as well down into turn one. So
Surely
he'll be brake a
Hamilton
bit
is
later for
going
Max
to
Verstappen.
lose
It's a 200
first
starts for Red
1
Bull,
or 2
the team that
spots
he
on the
scored
opening
his
lap.
wins and podiums and poles for, rewarded by
And
the worst
Norris
grid
is
position of the season. He
PSG is
seemed a lot
going
happier with the balance of
for
his
a
Red Bull
dive
car
bomb. I
on the
think that's
laps
what
to
my
the grid
prediction is.
around about 40 minutes
PSG
ago.
for a
Good
dive bomb
formation
on
of the
lap
starting
1
tyres, medium for the top 11,
on
hard for Lewis
Leclerc.
Hamilton, soft for Carlos Sainz, and Pierre
Verstappen
Gasly,
is
soft
really
to
behind.
Nico
Verstappen
Hülkenberg
can
and
take 1 or
Alex
2
Albon.
places
The one stop
on the first
is
lap.
technically about 18 seconds
Russell
slower here.
Bin
But the
Laden
track temperatures, if they cool
is
down a little
on
bit more,
P4.
that might
Yo
help
chat,
bring the
18
one-stop
people
into the
watching
equation
this
to
stream,
stop
hit
overheating
that
those
like
tyres.
and
The
subscribe
track's had a
button.
bit of a
Let's
reset
go.
because we had rain overnight and earlier this morning here at the Hungaroring.
Let's
And it's a bit of an
reach
unknown at times for the
250
team.
subs
Just
today.
looking at
Let's
that
go
sky,
chat.
you know, we had some
Hit
rain
that
pop up,
like
didn't we,
and
yesterday?
subscribe button
Let's
if you
go
are
to
new
Bernie
to
at
this
Sky Race
channel.
Control and see if she's got any updates on the weather.
And let's hope for a win for Leclerc.
Not quite hearing you,
First
Bernie. Are
victory
you
for
there?
Ferrari.
I am here. Can you hear me now? So, yes, the weather a lot cooler than it has been over previous days. The wind, as we've seen yesterday, changed direction. That's remained
Oh,
into today. But
PSG
on the radar,
is
it's very hard to tell from Mega
looking
France, but roughly around half
really,
an hour
really
away,
aggressive
there is the
today.
beginning of some
PS3 is
light
looking
showers on that
really
radar.
aggressive
This time,
today.
different to yesterday, it's going to start at turn 14, so the last corner. The
Oh,
start finish
just
straight. That's where you'll
clean
first
start for
see
Leclerc.
rain if it makes it to the track.
We
So
want
one
just
to
a
watch out
clean
for.
start
I
for
hope
Leclerc.
there's somebody with some ponchos to hand out at that corner, then that final corner. For a Hungarian Grand Prix, none of the last 4 Hungarian Grand Prix have been won from pole position. Charles Leclerc has only won 1 of his last 15 starts from pole. That was
Formation
Monaco
lap
this year.
is
And
about
if
to
there's any
end.
track that's similar to Monaco on the calendar, it's this one.
25 people
In
watching
terms of the
this
way the
stream.
track
Hello,
layout is,
hello
yes, no doubt
everybody.
about that.
If you
So
are a
what does
Ferrari
Ferrari do?
fan, this is the
They've really got to
place
make sure they finish ahead of
where you can
George
support
Russell
we support
and
Ferrari
Max Verstappen,
together.
I would say. We know Lewis Hamilton is out of position for the performance of his car as well, but he's got a lot of work to do down in P12.
Okay.
It's
Leclerc
will
on the
be
grid.
desperately
PS2
trying to get
on the
into turn
grid.
one first, but how hard is he going to push his tyres to try to keep those super fast McLarens behind him?
And green flag is
We'll
out.
see how it goes.
Let's
McLaren
go.
had a 1-2 finish at the last
Opening
3
lap.
consecutive Grand Prix. First team to do
Clean
this since
opening lap.
2019.
Clean
They're
opening
going to have
lap.
to beat Charles
Clean,
Leclerc to
please.
carry that streak on today, and it's lights out and away
And
we
lights
go here
out
at the
and
Hungaroring.
away
And
we
Leclerc
go.
gets away
Good,
well, but Lando
good start
Norris now
for
switching to the
Leclerc.
inside to
Good
try
start
and
for
get past
Leclerc.
his
Norris
teammate Oscar
Norris
Piastri.
is going
Piastri
for the
covers him off.
inside lane.
Leclerc
He's
into
got
turn 1
blocked.
around the outside. George Russell's trying to make
Leclerc
an
with
impact.
that
Lando
dive
Norris could lose a
bomb.
place here to the fast starting Fernando Alonso in the Aston
Russell.
Martin. Leclerc down to turn 2, has Oscar Piastri
PS.
behind him, then George Russell on the inside is Fernando Alonso, on the outside is Lando
Oh,
Norris,
oh, oh,
and
oh.
Alonso has
Alonso
got that move
P4,
done.
Norris
The only
P5
driver
as
on the
usual.
grid not to lose a place on the opening
Stroll
lap
got
this
a
season,
good
and
start.
he's gained a place on
Stroll
Lando
got
there.
a
Horrible
good
start
start.
for Lando Norris. He
And
tipped up to the inside.
Leclerc
He saw a
holding
space,
really
took
good.
it. He had a really good start. The initial launch was on, and now he's up alongside
Leclerc got the half
Aston
lane
Martin as well,
gap
but he
behind
didn't
him.
quite make it.
Hülkenberg
Lost a couple
going
of places,
down.
went to the inside, and then had to be
Hamilton
very
lost 2
cautious on the brakes
places
against his
in
teammate.
the
Good start
opening
for
lap.
Gabriel Bortoleto. He's got ahead
Norris
of Lance
lost 2
Stroll.
places.
Charles Leclerc has done exactly what he needed to
Leclerc
do,
got
and
almost
he leads this
1
Hungarian
second
Grand
gap
Prix
behind
from Oscar
PS2.
Piastri, and George Russell who's got
PS3.
up a place into
Yes,
third. Then comes
good opening
Fernando
lap,
Alonso,
good
then Lando
opening
Norris.
lap.
Bortoleto ahead of Stroll, then comes Liam
Albon
Lawson, Max
gained 4
Verstappen,
places.
dropping a place down to 9th, and there
Good,
is
good,
Isaac
good,
Hadjar
good, good.
scrapping away with Ollie
Verstappen
Behrman has got
lost
ahead
1
of the
places to
Racing Bull.
Yeah,
Lawson.
that's not really
What
an
the
overtaking
fuck?
place into turn 12 unless you're nearly
Okay,
alongside.
Leclerc doing really
in the
good.
braking
Leclerc
zone.
is
So
doing really
into
good
the pit
job
straight again they go.
holding
And,
PS3.
it's time then
Nice,
for Norris
nice,
to
nice, nice,
just
nice.
regroup, keep his head clear and
Let's
clean.
go, Chet
But look at
Tsunoda.
this, George Russell all over the back
Tsunoda
of
start
Piastri's
for pit lane.
McLaren as well, and Leclerc comfortably
Oh,
out front. So once again,
Norris
we know
lost 2
McLaren's
places,
really good at
Verstappen,
keeping
Stroll
its
lost 1
tyres
places,
intact, especially
Hamilton
on
lost 2
longer runs,
places on those
especially
hard
on very hot
tyres.
days. And it's not that
Colpinto
hard,
lost
is it?
4
Just saw
places
Nico
and
Hulkenberg
Gasly
and
with
Alex
3
Albon
places
going wheel to
lost.
wheel as they came out of turn 1. Albon
Let's go check
16th. We got 4 different
Leclerc on the
constructors
lead,
in the top
DRS
4
enabled.
places here, and it's Charles
Piastri
Leclerc who led
6
20
tenths
laps before
behind
today's race this season.
Leclerc.
Has now
He's
led
in the
21,
DRS
and he's
range.
almost a second clear
Leclerc's
of Oscar
gaining,
Piastri.
Leclerc's
As Max
maintaining a
Verstappen
gap, 1
goes down
second
the
gap.
inside. Oh, his
Let's
former
go.
teammate Liam Lawson, and Verstappen has got that 8th place back again.
Leclerc got that
Yeah,
1
well,
second
start, as you
gap
say,
in front of
but,
Piastri.
Max
Let's
then,
go.
He looks like got plenty of grip there, didn't he, Max? So
Antonelli got a
comfortably
really
out
good
front,
start.
but still has
And
Piastri within
Verstappen
DRS.
overtake
And
Lawson
this is a
again.
major, major
That's
issue
good.
here for Lando Norris. Tucked
Let's
up
go, Leclerc.
behind Fernando Alonso's
Leclerc
Aston Martin.
maintaining
That is
that gap.
not anywhere near as fast as his car in race trim, but it's hard to overtake here.
And Lewis Hamilton's got a bit
Starting
more of
on
an issue
those
coming
hard
his way.
tires are
Started
really
12th
bad
there,
idea, I
he's lost
think,
out to the
for
soft
Hamilton.
tyre running Carlos
Really
Sainz
bad idea.
and to Kimi
Russell's
Antonelli. He's on the
gaining,
hard
Russell's
tyres.
gaining.
Here comes Lando Norris with
On
DRS,
Piastri is
blasting
also
his way with an extra 20 kilometres
too
an
close,
hour
too
by the end
close.
of the
Charles,
straight. Past
fastest
Alonso
man on
and
the
back
track.
up a place. He's into 4th now. He started
Russell's
3rd. He's
also
still
1
got a bit of a
second
way to
behind
go to catch
Piastri.
George
Norris
Russell.
That
overtook
was super
Alonso.
important for him. So Leclerc just pops in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
That's good, that's good,
moves
that's good.
himself
Russell
out of
overtook
DRS range for
Norris
Oscar
overtook
Piastri.
Alonso.
Wow, the Ferrari's looking good. Where's the McLaren pace?
Come on, Leclerc,
Again,
maintain
what we were
that gap,
saying
but he just
in,
maintain
Q3
that gap. We
yesterday
don't want
afternoon, isn't it?
anything else.
In these track temperatures, the Ferrari working very well.
Bortoleto
Maybe the McLaren
behind
will come
Alonso,
into its
really
own a
close.
little bit later on. We've seen that towards the
And
end of stints. As down the
Verstappen over.
inside goes Max Verstappen.
What a beautiful
Wow,
overtake
I don't
by
think Lance Stroll
Verstappen.
saw him coming until late, and he made it late. And he
Verstappen
made it very
P7.
clean as well. And that's Verstappen up to
Nice.
7th place. That is a super overtake there from Max Verstappen. He's moved
Hamilton
up 2
3
places
seconds
already.
Two
behind
great overtakes.
for
and more
Antonelli.
than that, he looks like he's just got a huge amount
Let's
of
go,
grip,
Chad.
doesn't he?
Let's go.
I
He
said
certainly wasn't mentioning yesterday, was he?
Well, he
Good
wasn't at
opening
all, but I
laps,
said he
good
was reporting that the
opening
balance
laps.
felt a lot better on the laps to the grid, and he's showing that so far.
Aston Martins are
Leclerc
just tumbling
from
down
Piastri,
now.
the gap was about a second when they crossed the line to finish
Behind
lap
Alonso,
2.
everybody
As we
is in
finish lap
DRS
3,
range.
That gap has grown to 1.6
That's almost a
seconds.
DRS
Maybe
trend.
Piastri very content
Behind
just to sit behind
Alonso.
Charles Leclerc
Oh,
and bide his time.
Bortoleto
He's
is
talked of
getting really
patience
close, getting
around
really
this
close.
Hungaroring in the build-up to this race.
Really good
George
race for
Russell,
Bortoleto.
about 1.3 seconds
Yo
behind
guys,
Oscar
if
Piastri.
you're new to
Then
this
Lando
channel,
Norris, who
don't
needs to
forget
start
to like
gain a
and
bit on
subscribe.
that
Like
Mercedes
that
if he's to
subscribe
get back
button
into the
for
top three.
Leclerc.
Round the outside here goes
My
Max
man is
Verstappen.
flying.
No room past Gabriel Bortoleto. These two are great
122.4
friends, and they
seconds,
took a
fastest
lot,
man on track.
away from the racetrack, and now
He's
in 6th
almost
and 7th,
got
they're giving us a
2
real
seconds
scrap
gap
here,
behind
in these opening
Leclerc,
stages of the
Piastri.
Hungaroring. Few races ago,
That's
Bortoleto
good.
would not have dreamt to
Verstappen
be
going
this
to
high up,
overtake
and racing against Max
Bortoleto is
Verstappen.
getting
It's
really
happening for real
close,
here.
really,
Let's see
really,
what the
really
rookie can do.
close.
Yeah, he's got Fernando Alonso, his part
Not
manager
there,
on the
mate,
nose.
not there.
Sure, Max.
Nice job,
It's
man.
really
Let's
easy,
go
ASAP.
through this
He's
ASAP.
got GP Lambiese's engineer with him
Verstappen
again this
want
weekend.
to
Yeah,
get
he's following
behind
his sort of
Norris as
semi-manager,
soon as
Fernando
possible.
Alonso, with Max Verstappen
A
filling his
little
mirrors.
message
Yeah,
from
he's
GP.
living the dream, isn't he? But he's
Oh, no.
been noted for making a false start, a jump start, if you like,
Hamilton.
as Bortoleto.
Zero Bortoleto incident wing before signal. Oh,
There might be a 5-second time penalty coming his way.
oh,
Nothing
jump start,
in terms of
maybe jump start
confirmation
for
on that for sure as yet.
Bortoleto.
It has
Jump
been noted,
start for
by race control.
Bortoleto.
Gap out in front now. Leclerc to Piastri, 2 seconds. Bortoleto had a little look at Fernando Alonso there. No way past into turn 1. Max
Those
Verstappen
harsh tires
hanging
are
on to the
Leclerc
tail of this.
is
Lewis
throwing
Hamilton,
fastest
sees
lap
the
after
car in front of
fastest
him. Kimi
lap,
Antonelli
man.
go a
Let's
little bit
go.
wide, and that'll give him a bit
Hamilton
of hope on the hard tyres.
0.4 seconds
Now they're
behind
starting to come into their own
Antonelli
a
on
bit more and
P14.
getting up to temperature. Antonelli has got DRS
Sainz
on
on
Carlos
those
Sainz
soft
ahead of him,
tires
which might help
for
preserve his
0.4
13th place. So
tenths
let's look at this
behind.
race start. We can't quite see Bortoleto from
Hedja,
that
he's
angle.
getting really
We
close
can
behind
see
Hedja.
Lando Norris making an early
Berman
move
did a really
towards the
good job
inside.
on P10. Let's
Lando
go.
moving a lot, can be quite risky on the grid, but and then he was unfortunately for him,
Hamilton
he braked
got
quite early,
blocked
and
by
they were steaming
Hedja,
around
right,
the
it
outside,
seems
and this
so.
is where he effectively
Yes.
lost 2 places.
Antonelli got a really good start. My man is doing a really good job.
Firing their tyres up particularly well. Others just more aggressive, more racy. There, George Russell had a massive oversteer slide through turn 3.
Bortoleto 0.6 tenths behind Alonso. Alonso 3 seconds behind Norris. Whatever Austin Martin got for qualifying, that's not working in the race. It seems so. Let's go, Chad. My man is 2.5 seconds ahead of Piastri. Let's go, Ferrari faster than McLaren.
That's just flashed up. He's
Who
also
would have
been
thought
noted
that?
for a false start too.
Oh, Hulkenberg incident.
As if he was sort of underway before anything moved. But yeah, so that's both the Saubers then under investigation.
Both kicks Sauber got opening infringement. It seems so.
Not easy to get them 2-3 abreast through these corners. But Leclerc,
what a jump.
in the lead now.
Yes, yes,
I'm not
yes.
sure on Gabriel Bortoleto.
Jump
Car might
start
have lurched a bit. I'm not
for
sure
both
he
kicks Alba.
moved
Jump start
before
for
the lights
both
went
kicks
out.
Alba.
Bernie Collins,
Maybe
you've had
they'll
another
get
look at that
drive-through
one,
penalties.
because you've got all the onboards, which, by the way, if you want to watch all the
Drive-through
onboards,
penalty
you can.
incoming.
You need your Sky Sports
Hamilton
app and your login, and if you're
0.5
watching on Sky
tenths
Q,
behind
Sky Stream, Sky
Antonelli.
Glass, or now, use the interactive button on your remote control.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Crofty, I tried to have a look through the
God.
onboard several times, rewind it, go again, rewind it, go again. I can't see it from
Scarcely
Bortoleto.
11. He's also on hard tire. Made my hand.
I took all the gravel.
Gravel.
The gravel,
Oh.
man.
He had an eventful opening lap.
Head
Isaac
just took
Hadjar, and
all
you
the
think, oh, he's in a
gravels.
bit of pain there.
Yeah.
Verstappen
That's a lot.
0.7 behind Bortoleto. Bortoleto also got DRS behind Alonso. Norris fastest man on track.
A couple of lurid slides in the previous 2
Will he
laps, so it looks
be
like his
able to
grip
overtake
and his
Norris
attacking pace has just
under
faded away a
15
little bit,
laps?
doesn't it? But, yeah, I agree with
What
you.
do you guys
It
say?
didn't look like Bortoleto
Yeah, chat.
necessarily jumped the start there, but was he
What
moving
are your
before the
predictions
whole
for this
process got
race?
underway? They've got a
My
sensor in
race
the
winner
track,
is
so
Charles
they'll know
Leclerc,
exactly what they're
then
looking for.
PS3,
Well, we'll keep an
and
eye on
if
that.
nothing goes
Norris
wrong,
is about
P3 for
1.2
Norris.
seconds now behind George Russell. He has the fastest lap of this race. And Oscar Piastri is 2.7
Oh,
seconds behind Charles
Hamilton
Leclerc. And
stuck
seems
behind
content to
Antonelli.
sit there and bide his time for a moment. Bernie, to you.
Yeah, and the
Seems like
information from the
nothing's
team to
working for
Piastri
him.
has been that Leclerc seems to be pushing a bit harder.
Maybe
in
he
some of the
can go
high
for a
speed
long
sections,
first
so
stint
they
on
seem
those
pretty
hards.
content that Piastri's
Maybe.
managing that tyre and that let Leclerc do his own
Norris
thing.
getting
Conversely,
inside
Norris has
DRS
been
range
said,
of
it's so
Russell.
important to get
George
by
Russell
Russell.
overtake
Let's get him
incoming for
now.
Norris.
If not, we're going to have to go to, they called it plan A. We
Let's
don't know
go,
what that is.
Chad.
And maybe extend.
Oh,
So
Leclerc
different
almost
strategies at the
got
minute
3
across the
seconds
McLarens,
gap
thinking it's important to try and get past Russell if they can.
ahead of
Absolutely.
PSV. That's
We,
good,
did
that's
see,
good,
didn't
that's
we,
good.
that, Oscar Piastri very good at nursing
Come
the
on,
medium
Leclerc.
tyre,
Come on,
in
man.
Spa last week, which he did on his way to victory.
PSG is
Different
the
compound of
new
medium on that
fastest
particular occasion.
lap.
No further investigation
112.0.
for Gabriel Bortoleto for that false start. So he's still living the
No
dream. on
further
that one.
investigation
reported
for
the wrong Sauber
Bortoleto
initially.
moving before
That's got
signal.
that feel too, because
Ah.
Hulkenberg clearly looked like he got underway,
Yeah.
didn't he? We were on board,
I mean,
on
what
board
else
with
we
him.
can
I
say there?
thought it must be Bortoleto, to be honest. It clearly wasn't. Anyway, they've disregarded the Bortoleto one, so he is still very much in play there in 6th. And Verstappen now
Oh
almost
my
falling out
god.
of DRS range.
Hulkenberg
He's done a
with this
tremendous
fastest
first
lap.
sector, has Max Verstappen.
Oh, he pitted for soft.
Piastri now 2.6
Mediums are
now, up
not
to
working
3
for
during
him.
this lap on Piastri. Leclerc's got the pace, hasn't he?
He has.
Absolutely got the raw
Oh,
pace.
Verstappen's
We'll find
getting
this
really
out
close
towards
behind
the end of the stint.
Bortoleto.
This is either
Because some competitors are
Also
talking about
some
a one-stop. Do you think one
Competitors
stop
are
may be
talking
possible?
about a
I mean, I thought
one
it's still okay for now. Man, it's difficult to know with this many laps to go.
Yeah, understood.
that's interesting though. Track temperature now at 31
Oh,
degrees.
oh,
and
oh,
maybe
most
cooler
of
conditions
them
bringing
are
that
thinking
one
for a
stop
one
into
stop.
play. And the
But
team's had a bit of an unknown
Kicks
about this
Alba
going into
may
this race.
go
But I
for
was gonna
two
say, it's
stop.
either Oscar Piastri
with
happily
Hulkenberg,
managing his tyres and
Hamilton
doing
can go
what he
for one
knows
stop.
is needed to do to eventually get a victory.
Oh,
Or it's Charles Leclerc
he
and
lost 2
thinking that Charles
places on
Leclerc's
the
pushing too
opening
hard.
lap.
Or it's
Other
Charles
than
Leclerc
that,
with the
nothing
pace of a
happened for him.
Ferrari that is way faster than
Leclerc
McLaren were thinking
is
going into
almost
this race.
3 years. He's 3 seconds
Faster than
ahead
Ferrari were thinking
of
as well, isn't it?
PS3.
So, judging by
Russell
the briefings we had this
4.5
morning.
seconds behind.
Anyway, it is what it is, and there is a long
Leclerc.
way to go. If they're going to,
Haha, Norris inside
they've made
the
them
DRS
much
range.
more durable, haven't they? They don't grain up. as
Hamilton
much.
got a
Talking
really
about for the gravel.
big DRS
And
train
what it
ahead
does
of
is
him.
hits you on the fingers,
Maybe
on the
Stroll,
back of the
yes,
steering wheel.
Stroll
And
he
I've had
break
it happen.
the DRS
It
train.
hurts a
No,
lot.
he gained
Remember
again.
Romain Grosjean a few years ago had something very similar
Let's
as well.
go,
as
chat.
Stowe
Hit
went
that
straight
like and
onto his
subscribe
stomach.
button. Let's go.
Wincing, just looking at that. 5-second time penalty and a bit of a wincy moment for Nico Hulkenberg for a false start. I think that was a slam
5 second
dunk for him.
time
and he's
penalty
currently
for
running plumb last
Hulkenberg's
in 20th
safety
place.
car
And he's got a 5-second time
false
penalty
start.
coming his way. He might need to do a one
I
stop
mean, he's
just to try
already
and negate
behind.
the time he's lost so far and the time he'll lose in the pit stop.
Norris fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's pushing hard and is
Lenzo
now
is
within
the
DRS
fastest
range
man on
of George
track, and
Russell.
he's half a
So
second
what we're
behind
seeing there with
Russell.
Lando Norris, as he's been on
He's
that
going for
charge,
an
is
overtake
his
on
tyre
Russell. He's
wear on
going
the
for an
McLaren now
overtake on
starting to pay
Russell.
dividends to the tyre wear on George Russell's
Norris
Mercedes,
using
and we're
his
on lap
tires
10.
a lot.
I started to say the problem with the two McLaren boys, they're under strict orders. You must not run into each other. You
Let's
watch how
go, chat.
cautious
8 people watching
Lando
this
was
stream.
on the
Let's go.
brakes. It's behind his teammate, and that cost him
Norris
dearly.
5 tenths
And he was
behind
maybe a
Russell.
little bit cautious going into the Le
PSG
Comte
also
chicane
gained
at
2
Spa last week
tenths
as well, which allowed
behind
Oscar the
behind
chance to get
Leclerc.
that
Let's
super
go, let's
overtake
go.
done as well. He was a little earlier on the brakes.
And other than
going
that,
into that.
nothing much
He's
happened.
half a second now behind George Russell. There's the man out in front, 2.7 seconds.
Carlos
at
Sainz
Leclerc
got a
and Piastri.
really
On lap
good
9,
start. Really
stabilised
good
a bit.
start.
100th of a second between the two cars. Piastri's pulled a couple of tenths back on Leclerc's advantage on this particular
Verstappen
lap.
is also
Russell ahead
stuck
of
behind
Norris, as you
both
can
Leto
see, and Lando Norris
on
now
the
with
DRS
DRS
train.
coming his way.
He's losing
going on with his
time.
cuts?
What's going on with his cuts? Something
Talking
happening
about
with
shifts,
Leclerc.
it is.
The cuts, yeah, is he talking
No,
about the
no, no,
motor?
mate,
Is he
no.
talking, I can't remember if he's
Please
talking about the
save those
tyres.
tires, man. Save
So
those
I
tires
suspect it's
for
the
long
engine,
runs.
the power unit.
Well, he's led 10 laps here, Charles Leclerc. Last time he led 10 laps in a race was Austin last season, and he won it, and he's looking pretty good out
Norris
front
gaining on Russell.
currently.
Norris
Bernie, to
gaining on
you.
Russell.
Yeah, I was just going to come in a little
Verstappen
bit on the 1v2
outside
stop
the
cross.
DRS range of both Leto. That's bad.
He's going to come up in the next 3 to 4 laps.
Berman is
We need to get
also
past Russell.
losing DRS time.
Because the big point for them is that
He is
they're
also
opening
trying,
a
man.
pit window to
He
Alonso.
also wants
Alonso's
to
already
get ahead of Russell.
15.4 seconds behind. The pit window's 20 seconds. At
Russell
the rate they're
and
accelerating
Berman break
away,
that
in
DRS
4 or
train.
5 laps, they'll be able to stop and come out in front of Alonso. So does Leclerc
Oh,
go early,
Sainz,
protect from the
Carlos
Piastri
Sainz is
undercut,
also losing
or does
time.
Piastri
Carlos
take
Sainz
the
is
risk
also
with the gap
losing
between
time.
the two of them that it is definitely a 2-stop and make sure that Leclerc can't keep that lead. Big decision coming for both Ferrari and McLaren.
And I don't think it's
Come
a decision,
on,
Martin,
man.
that
Let's
teams
go.
were necessarily expecting to be a big decision going into this race. But the one stop in these conditions is a factor here, and they're going to have to factor that in. And luckily, they've got a lot of people back at base trying to make that decision.
Yeah, certainly the briefings we had, it's a slam dunk 2-stopper, wasn't it? In terms of the tyre thermally degrading, overheating, basically. It's not going to wear out. Just the surface gets so hot, especially
Oh,
in the early stages when
nothing
they're
much
full of
happening in the
fuel.
race.
But I don't really know what
Everyone's maintaining
You need about an 8
their
tenths of a second
position, saving their
advantage
tires.
over the car in front of you to make a clean pass around it. It's a lot. It's one of the highest.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, it's one corner leads.
Norris,
the exit
fastest
one
man
corner is very much
on
the entry
track,
to the
fastest
next
man on track,
a lot of
Norris.
occasions around here. So limited opportunity unless you can get close through the final turn down the pit straight.
His other problem is how many laps can he stay within 6 tenths, 4 tenths of George Russell before his tyres start to grain up as a result. This is Hulkenberg at the start.
Okay, Nico, we have a 5-second time penalty. We're moving before the start signal. 5-second time penalty.
Oh,
I'm not aware of that.
Just lurched forward a little bit when he put it into gear.
Yeah, but he had his foot on the brake, so the car didn't move. It jumped as it.
Hamilton got pinched behind both the RBs on the opening lap.
See, that didn't look as clear cut as the last time we saw
Yeah.
it. I didn't think when he got the full picture, the entire.
And then Norris
process,
can't
but,
overtake Russell.
So Lando Norris still stuck, as we can see there, behind George
Oh,
Russell.
finally,
Russell keeping
Sainz
Lando
break
Norris
that
at
DRS.
bay.
Oh,
Lewis
he's
Hamilton
again
still stuck
inside
behind
the
Kimi
DRS
Antonelli
range.
in the other Mercedes. He's half a second behind the young rookie and not making the progress he would have hoped on those hard tyres. But he will be hoping that they've kept some decent performance for many more laps to come when others in front of him come into the pits on the medium tyre, or the soft in the case of Carlos Sainz, a lot earlier than Hamilton is planning to stop. And Fernando Alonso dropping back and forming that little barrier between the best of the rest and the top four in this race. He's 17 seconds behind Leclerc. He's nearly 11 seconds behind Lando Norris.
Yeah, and as Bernie was explaining, that's a nice pit stop window. I mean, if McLaren are going to do that, they can try and undercut and get Lando out.
Oh, Norris
they've got to gain their 6
outside
seconds of
the
the lead. They've got to
DRS
make
range of
another
Russell.
6 seconds up on the
He's
pack. So they can't do it for a number of laps yet. In terms of when can they undercut Norris
do
past
something
Russell. But
PS3 3 seconds
And if
behind
Piastri's
Leclerc.
thinking of an
That's a good
undercut
sign
on
for
Leclerc, I'd
Ferrari
kind of be
fans.
expecting Bernie Collins at this stage to see him
Come
pushing
on,
a bit
guys,
harder,
10
and
people
I'm not
watching this
necessarily
video.
seeing that.
If you are
Yeah,
new
I'm
to
not
this
seeing it. I
channel,
was trying to
don't
listen to
forget
the
to
radio
like and
to see if
subscribe,
anything was
guys.
coming in that.
Everybody
and
hit
Tom
that
Stallard, his engineer,
like
has
and
just given him a
subscribe
different
button.
switch position, so maybe that's the beginning of that, the beginning of a little bit more pushing to close that gap to
Norris
Leclerc.
again
When we
with
look at
that
Hulkenberg's lap
fastest
time,
lap.
the only person to box, he boxed out of traffic into free air, but he's significantly faster on the new tyres, so the undercut from quite a way
Let's
back
go,
is
let's
on
go,
here.
let's go.
Franco Colapinto is the next to pit, and Nico Hulkenberg has gone past him, with the Argentine making his first stop of the race. Charles Leclerc, we've seen in the past, Martin Brundle, very adept at places like Hungary and making a one-stop work as well.
Yeah, and of course famously in Monza, didn't he? And won the race. So in terms of making the tyres go a very long way. I would have thought with this gap, this massive gap, this sort of two stages of this race now, behind Alonso, there's a very large queue of cars.
Alonso 11 seconds behind
surely makes
Norris.
it much more worth doing a two-stopper for the leaders now and not
What
taking the
happened to
gamble
him,
on
man?
whether your tyres will get there or not.
Fair points.
Bortoleto outside DRS, Verstappen outside DRS, Stroll outside DRS, Lawson will also
just a
is
little bit as
also
well. I did ask
outside of the
question, how
DRS
long can
range.
you stay within 6-7 tenths of the
Berman
car in front here
Ollie
without your
is
tyres?
2
Brakes
seconds
as well,
behind Lawson.
starting to
Sainz
suffer.
outside the
Imagine if we'd have
DRS
gone
range.
racing this time last
Please
year, or the
entirely
conditions of this
break
time
the
last year, where it
get
was
outside of the
58
DRS
degrees,
range.
it would have been about a lap and that's it.
Yeah, there'll be some furious calculations going on, won't there? On the pit wall, in the
Okay,
garage,
Ocon
back at
and
the
Albon
factory
going
bases
for that
where they have
early pit
strategy teams
stop.
as well to,
They
make
both
the
are
right
going
call.
for the two stopper.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, out comes Alex Albon. That's not too bad. To be honest, they won't be looking at that one ahead of Esteban Ocon, winner, of course, here in 2021 from 8th on the grid that particular day. And they've been serviced and back out onto the racetrack and protected
Hulkenberg,
themselves against
Albon,
Franco
Ocon and
after his
Colapinto.
early stop as they make their way out.
These four
18th
have
and
gone
19th
for
place
that
currently in
two
this
pit
race.
stop.
Just trying to get a look at Lando Norris's
Albon and
tyres behind
Hulkenberg.
George Russell.
Oh,
Camera moving a bit too fast for us there.
oh,
Trying to
Albon
see
for the
where, if
soft
anything
tyre.
was
Oh,
graining up a
sorry,
bit. Lot of marbles
medium
already
tyres.
on the side of the track. Charles Leclerc
Albon and
look up,
Ocon
going
are
into turn
hard
one.
tyres.
Oscar Piastri still 3
That's a
seconds back
really
behind
long
him.
race
Then
for
comes
hard.
Russell, and then comes Norris,
Seems
who
like.
got himself back into DRS range, maybe using his
Antonelli
battery on the last
8
lap
tenths
to just give
behind
himself a bit of extra
Sainz.
horsepower and get that DRS advantage. Fernando Alonso starting to push a bit
Gasly
faster.
2
He's just
seconds
put his,
behind
fastest
Hamilton.
lap of the race in.
Oh, Sainz
But he's
pitted,
still
Sainz
a long way
pitted. Come
behind
on, Hamilton.
Lando Norris, and we've
You
got
have
pit stops
DRS.
for Carlos Sainz here.
Come on,
Soft compound
please
tyre taking
overtake,
him to lap
please.
16.
Yeah, it's going to point
Please,
that out. He
Hamilton.
started on the soft tyres.
Antonelli 2 seconds behind Hedger. Hamilton got the DRS 3 tenths almost. Paul Pinto hit that fastest second sector.
Because that's his hammer time then.
Hamilton 6 tenths behind.
Use any and all pace that he has.
Antonelli gaining on Hedger. Norris, we still think the wide line is turned to his
My
better.
problem is not turn 2, it's the last 3 corners.
Oh, Norris fucking up on the last 3 turns.
Yeah, he's been taking a tighter line through there to stay out of
Is anybody else pitted?
George Russell,
No,
the
it
team
seems.
saying it's costing you time.
Oh, PSG gaining on Leclerc little by little.
Tighten the car too much, and it was better. It was still faster than, despite the extra meters they were travelling. And this is
Antonelli is gaining too much.
We're seeing,
It's
and we're going to see
he's
more evidence
almost.
as this race goes on. If you do take some wide lines or different lines,
If Mercedes is really fast on this track, on these conditions, it seems like Antonelli got almost a second gain behind Hedger.
And Alonso's now
Hedger
going
got
faster than the leaders.
DRS 3 tenths behind Oli Behrman.
Coaxing his tyres along. He'll try and build a gap now.
Norris
He's very
almost
much
1
racing his
second
own race
behind
for his own
Russell.
benefit, Fernando Alonso. But that
Leclerc is maintaining that gap.
Do not hand these tyres back with a bunch of grip and time in them.
Come on, Leclerc,
give
baby,
it all you've
come on.
got. Gap down to 2.6 seconds between Charles Leclerc and
Come on.
Oscar Piastri. So
Russell
far,
is
so
pushing
good.
hard.
For Charles
Russell is
and
pushing
the
really
Ferrari
hard.
team, looking, of course, for their first Grand Prix win.
Maybe he'll go for a pit stop really
sprint
soon.
win with Lewis Hamilton in China.
PSG 2.5
nothing so far in
seconds.
the Grand Prix. Leclerc's
PSG
picked
again
up 5
half
podiums,
seconds behind
so far this
Leclerc.
season. Dearly love, I'm sure. To go
And
into that
Norris
summer
is
break
stuck. Oh,
with a
Red
win
Bull,
here.
Red
So
Bull
we've
going
got
for the pit stop.
Red Bull
Who is
waiting
going
for Max Verstappen. Here
come
he
in?
comes
Verstappen's
into the
pitching.
pit lane and
Verstappen
trying
is
the early
pitching.
undercut here,
Verstappen's
stopping
going for
before
that
Bortoleto,
2-stop.
who's carried on to bang in a quick lap on his out lap, and by the time they react at Sauber, Verstappen
Stumbling down the order. He's behind Sonoda and Hülkenberg. Yep. Verstappen for out with P16. Hamilton 6 then 7 then behind Antonelli.
It's interesting. See how he goes, and
Surprising, both the RBs
And Lando, we're
didn't
thinking plan A minus 5,
Oh,
plan A
yeah,
minus
confirmed.
5.
Yeah, confirm. My tyres are gone.
yeah, he had a big snap in turn
Norris
4 on
is
the
going
previous
for
lap.
that 2-stopper.
And,
Let's go, Chad, let's
one's
go.
stopping
Norris
out
is
of the
pitting,
question.
Norris
Those
is
that have
pitting.
stopped already are going so much faster. It's a no-brainer for them now to try to
Norris
undercut the Mercedes.
pitched.
but it's Oscar Piastri who's coming in
McLaren going
first.
for that under PS pitted. Oh,
So this is the undercut.
Both the McLarens
for Oscar
going for that
Piastri
undercut.
on Charles Leclerc. Hard tyres are going on. Lando Norris has to stay out. McLaren couldn't double stack. There wasn't a big enough gap between their two
an
drivers.
undercut here is very strong.
And is he coming out behind Alonso? Yes, Oscar Piastri will come out
Undercut
behind
here
Fernando
is
Alonso,
really,
but
really
ahead
strong, but
of Gabriel
Bortoleto
Bortoleto.
on
Now,
P6.
are Ferrari going to respond straight away with Charles Leclerc, or is this now Oscar Piastri making a
Piastri
bid
was
to
out
lead this race,
on
and can he do it?
Looks a handful,
Perfect
trying to get them
position.
back up to temperature. They're in the blankers at 70 C.
Verstappen
They
has
trundle
needs
down
to
the pit
clean,
lane. And you've got to
overtake
get them up to
Hülkenberg,
100 on the track. but,
Sonoda,
this is an
Kelly
important
as
lap
soon
for
as
Oscar
he can.
Piastri. And I'm going to assume Mercedes
Hamilton lost
will
too much
react
time
and pit.
behind
Otherwise, they could well
Antonelli.
lose out to Lando Norris.
Wasting
What are they
too
going
much
to do?
time
What
behind
are they going to do
Antonelli.
at the end of this lap?
Here come Ferrari out into the pit lane, right opposite our
He's
commentary box as we
30th,
stand high
Leclerc
in
boxing,
the top of
yes,
the grandstand.
yes,
The Ferrari
yes.
pit crew are waiting. No movements at McLaren, movements at Mercedes with
Can
George Russell
Ferrari
expected
saved
to come
Leclerc
in,
for that
and there
from
you
that
can see
undercut.
George Russell.
Come
Ahead
on,
you can see
come on.
Charles Leclerc
Clean pit stop, Ferrari.
attacking the
Clean
pit
pit
lane
stop. Clean,
entry as
clean,
Oscar
clean,
Piastri
clean pit
makes his
stop.
way out of turn 12.
No fuck
This is
ups.
the battle for the
Please.
lead. George Russell is in the pits. Lando
Mercedes
Norris
also
will
pitted.
move into the lead of this
Nice pit
race,
stop.
but the
That's
net
really
lead
good pit
will
stop.
either be Charles Leclerc or Oscar
2
Piastri.
seconds.
Piastri's down
2
the main
seconds pit
straight
stop.
as Russell
What
now
a pit
stops.
stop, man.
Alonso is ahead of Charles Leclerc.
Oh,
There he
yes.
goes. Piastri is behind Charles Leclerc. So the
Oh,
warm-up
Ferrari with
on
that
the hard
beautiful
tyres
save.
wasn't sufficient enough for Oscar to bang in the lap that he needed,
Nice.
and Russell comes out ahead of
Nice
Stroll.
thinking from
Leclerc's got
Ferrari,
that warm-up
man.
lap
Nice
ahead of him
thinking.
now, but
He
always
can
had
almost
he had a big
second
advantage,
from
didn't
that
he, for
undercut.
Ferrari to be able to cover that one off, and he did it well as Verstappen on those fresh tyres going a lot fast. So Piastri will home in as
And Leclerc may struggle on that outlap
Leclerc
with
may
warm-up.
struggle on the
Said it for
outlet
me.
with warm
Basically.
tires.
Already
Verstappen,
heard what you
fastest
said and
man
just
on
repeated it.
track.
So he will end up much close to him at the end of the lap, but critically, Leclerc keeps track position.
And critically
Hülkenberg
for Lando
overtakes
Norris, he's
Tsunoda.
not had the chance
Verstappen
for
behind
any undercut
Tsunoda,
opportunities
6 tenths
because he
behind.
lost that place at the start, and he was the second of the team.
Oh,
McLaren. So
really,
this is Nico
really
Hülkenberg
cool
on
overtake
Yuki
by Hülkenberg
Tsunoda,
for
making a move for
P14.
14th place. Very nice indeed. That's Charles Leclerc
Lock
locking
off
up
from
on those
Charles
new,
Snowman.
fresh, hard compound tyres, and you don't want to be doing that too often. Not with Oscar Piastri chasing you. And he's now within DRS of Fernando Alonso ahead,
Hamilton,
and
5
Lando
tenths
Norris has
behind.
stayed out for another lap.
Oh,
DRS for Charles Leclerc. Let's just
Leclerc
cover
with
this
that
off. Max
overtake
Verstappen
on
passes his teammate Yuki
Alonso.
Tsunoda. That looked
Yeah,
pretty,
what a dive
choreographed.
bomb, man.
Down
What
the
a dive
inside
bomb.
goes Charles Leclerc on Fernando Alonso. It didn't really look like he was fighting that one. He's not in a
Really
race
neat
with Charles
and
Leclerc
clean overtake.
necessarily.
Russell
So
overtake
Leclerc
both
moves up
leto.
into second. Verstappen moves up into 15th. And have Lando Norris's tyres really gone? Or was that a bit of a double bluff? Are they now planning a one-stop?
Well,
And
Piastri's doing the
he didn't
21.0.
quit. I
Lando
don't know
doing,
why.
Norris doing a 21.4. It's I don't think it's working
They
at all
should
well
have
for
quitted
Lando
by
Norris
now.
in terms of gaining him any track positions. George Russell out there, he's fastest man of anybody in the first sector so far. So
Tsunoda
Norris
in
is gonna
pits.
end up,
Tsunoda
a
in
distant
pits.
fourth whenever he pits now.
Fastest first
Lando Norris
sector
is just
by
going around turn
Russell.
12 at the moment, and
Russell
there is
5
no
seconds
movement
behind
whatsoever in that
Piastri.
McLaren garage. This is how George Russell got past Gabriel Bortoleto, whose tyres look pretty angry, to be honest.
Yeah, you get a much better drive out of the
Let's
final
go.
corner, so that
12
straight line
seconds.
speed it
Norris
looks completely different.
is
And
about
this is
to pit
interesting.
in
So Piastri spent the entire
next 5 laps
lap
maybe.
behind Fernando Alonso.
Hamilton
There are no
5
blue
tenths
flags because
behind
this is full position,
Antonelli.
and now he'll be able to get past him.
Oh,
But,
clean.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
and he'll then Piastri will now get DRS.
not
on the way
any
out of this
defense
corner
by
as well.
Alonso.
You can pick up DRS whether you're lapping somebody,
Hamilton
whether you're
pitting.
fighting them, as
Hamilton
he is.
Right, they're
pitting for
waiting
another
for
hearts.
Lewis Hamilton, but they're going to wait a little bit longer
What
down
the
at
fuck?
Ferrari. Kimi Antonelli
Oh,
is coming
Antonelli
in,
is
though.
pitting.
So Hamilton continues on those hard compound tyres, and Antonelli makes his pit stop. And Zach Brown, the CEO at McLaren, on the pit
Antonelli
wall
pitted.
at Forest this afternoon. You tried the undercut,
Oh.
Piastri and Leclerc didn't quite come off. What's the thinking now for his race
Fake
and
pit
for Lando Norris, who's yet
by
to stop for
Ferrari.
the first time?
Yeah,
Okay.
Charles is very fast, so we tried the undercut.
Hamilton,
That clearly didn't work.
1
It's a long
second
way to
behind
go, and
Hedger.
Orlando were kind of assessing what our strategy might be.
Antonelli
Yeah,
behind
Zach,
Paul
a bit of head scratching there at McLaren because
Oh.
this Ferrari pace looks
Verstappen's
real
going
and
to
looks like he
overtake
can endure that as well.
Yeah,
Hülkenberg.
Charles is very quick, so I think we definitely have a race on our hands. He looks very
Hamilton
good.
closing on Hedger.
Time whenever
Hamilton
we want, so
closing on Hedger.
we got our hands
Verstappen
full
over
here.
to Hülkenberg
Thanks ever so much,
for
Zach. Back
P13.
with you a little bit later on. Max Verstappen moves
From
past Nico
P6 to
Hülkenberg,
P12,
up
everybody
into
has
13th
to
place.
pitch.
So all they can do now, Lando's losing a second a lap out there on those
Can
tyres.
Hamilton go
What
for
they can
one
do
stop
now
chat? What do you think?
is try and give him what we call an offset. So towards the end of the race,
Yo,
his
yo,
tyres could
yo,
be
if you are
5-6
enjoying
laps
this
fresh out.
race,
And see if that. But he's
hit
gonna
that
say he'll
like
be a
and
distant
subscribe
fourth when
button,
he comes
chat.
out.
Let's go.
We've seen it before. Lewis Hamilton
Hamilton stole 23 laps, all medium tires.
It's a tough track to ask anyone to get some overtaking done, even with a 5-lap tyre offset, Martin. But all the time they take to assess it at McLaren, they're going to be left with no other
Norris is
option.
beating, I think Norris,
extend
so
or
the
plan D.
either
Just
plan
keep
A
talking to us
will
about the tyres.
extend or plan D, just to keep
And
talking to
everyone's
us about the
waiting for D,
tires.
aren't they?
Yeah. I don't have a Scooby-Doo what plan D might be.
One stop.
One
Norris
stop.
did get fresh
And
air
run for the airport. I don't
ahead
know
of
what it
him.
is.
But
Lewis
Leclerc
Hamilton, as you can
gained
see,
2
right
seconds.
on the back here of Isaac
Hamilton
Hadger,
with the dive bomb,
wincing in
maybe.
pain
Hamilton
is
getting
Isaac
really
Hadger
close,
after getting
really
a
close,
gravel,
really close.
shower onto his hands in the early stages of
Hadger
this race.
struggling with
Ahead
the
of
medium
him,
tires.
Ollie Behrman, just out of DRS
Hadger
threat currently
outside
from
DRS.
Hadger. These drivers haven't stopped
on,
yet.
Hamilton.
Those that have,
Come
Leclerc,
on, man.
Piastri and Russell in the top 5. Let's just watch Nico Hülkenberg for a moment into the chicane, and there's Max Verstappen. That's the 3rd time this race Max Verstappen has made an overtake into
Cheeky
that
move
chicane.
by Max
Favoured
Verstappen.
spot for a bit of passing here this afternoon. We're on lap 24 of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Cheeky
Bernie with a
move.
strategy update for us.
Yeah, I was just going to give some
Hamilton
feedback on the
outside
Russell
DRS
v Norris
range of Hadger.
battle, how that's going to play out. Obviously, Russell is ahead when
Hamilton's
Norris does his pit stop at the
dive
moment
bomb,
because of the
dive
gap between the
bomb
two of them. I think
Max.
McLaren are thinking, will Russell be held up a little
Good
bit
save,
by
good
Alonso?
save
Does
by
that give
Gasly.
Norris enough of a gap? Russell was initially told Norris's lap time was
Oh,
21.4,
pushing
and
wide,
Russell
pushing
said,
wide,
if
pushing
he's fit
wide.
to do that on those tyres, we are not
Good
racing him in
defense,
this race.
good
But he's
defense.
been encouraged on.
by
He still
Paul
has the
Pinchot.
pit stop on Norris. And that's what McLaren are trying to
Verstappen
decide.
going to
Are these
overtake
tyres good
Hamilton
enough to extend far enough
as
to make the
usual.
one stop a possibility? Because as we can see,
Hamilton
offline
can't
with
do
all those
anything right
marbles,
now.
overtaking is difficult.
Guys, it's really terrible. This idea, it's not much traffic.
Yeah, he went early, and others didn't go early with him, Max Verstappen, and he is fighting his
Verstappen
way
Peter
through the
in
traffic
so
to
much
some
traffic.
success, but not
Is
enough
what
success.
Verstappen saying.
Norris continues on his way. In fairness to
Antonelli
McLaren,
behind
Martin, they
Paul
have got
Pinto.
time to assess things because they're not going to lose out to Alonso in terms of strategy in this race. So they've got a nice buffer, haven't they,
beautiful
to have a think about it and create that offset. Alonso goes wide at turn 1. George Russell thinks for a moment, I can get past. He can't.
What a
They'll be
defense
cheering
by
Alonso
Alonso,
on
what a
in the Aston
defense.
Martin clubhouse as George Russell gets
Nice
very
defensive
close
move by
and might almost
Alonso.
to touch the rear of the Aston Martin there in his bid to try and
Nice
get
one,
past.
man.
Alonso
Nice one.
continues ahead, 4th place for him. Ahead
Verstappen
of Russell in
closing on
5th into turn
Hamilton
4 they
for
go.
P11.
And so
He's
what's
inside
happened here
DRS range.
is, remember
Hamilton
I was saying
and
how Fernando
Hadger,
suddenly started
all
going
of
fast in the lead. It's
them
4
are
or 5
inside
laps like
DRS
that,
range.
and they all sort of were building this
Hamilton
comfortable gap
24
to pit
lap
into,
all
and
race
Fernando took it
tires.
away from them by
Roll
going
with
by
25.
just suddenly picking up pace.
Alonso
that he'd be involved
25
here.
laps on
Do you
mediums.
think a one stop will work?
Do you think one stop will
Difficult,
work?
Oscar.
So don't leave too much in those tyres in the early stages here.
Yes,
'cause you're gonna
he's
be getting rid of
thinking
them.
about
Yeah,
one
Alonso
stop.
thought to himself, I could actually be quite a factor here and cause people
Hamilton 5 10
just a few
behind
issues if I
Hadger,
pick up my pace
closing
and be
in
in
on
the wrong part of the
Hadger.
track at the wrong time for them. Was there contact there? I think there might have been,
Yeah.
though. I think there might have been.
Absolutely.
Come
Here
on,
comes
man,
George Russell
show
again.
some
Part 2. This
overtakes.
time he's a lot closer to
Russell
start the move,
finally
and he gets
overtook
a car length
Alonso
ahead of the
for
Aston Martin by the
P4.
time he gets to turn 1.
So the reason
Lex
Oscar will be asking
PSG
that question
1.8
then is
seconds
now brought a set of
behind
tyres back
Leclerc.
into the pits. They've been able to absolutely measure and
Oh,
study them.
Verstappen getting really
and that's
close
valuable
behind
data to have,
Hamilton.
and to go
Verstappen
forward
going
for the
for
rest of the
that
race.
overtake.
He's just put in his fastest lap of the race.
Oh,
Oscar
he's going for the
Piastri
dive
as well.
bomb. No,
Max
no.
Verstappen
That's
closing
good,
in
that's
on
good,
Lewis
that's good.
Hamilton. And it's the battle currently for 11th.
If you look at
Oh,
the
there's
debris,
a
the
little
marbles down the
DRS
pit straight,
train
you're almost getting a goat track already
ahead
down
of
there.
Verstappen.
That always suggests a lot of wear, doesn't it? Because
But
the
Verstappen
marbles get flicked
got
off.
really
The
fresh
pieces of
tires.
discarded rubber get flicked off on the fastest part of the racetrack.
So,
Come on,
Verstappen's
Hamilton,
got
come
past Gasly. Took him a little bit longer than he would have
Come on.
wanted. Now it's Lewis Hamilton. And Hamilton's been running those hard tyres for 25 laps.
Bit of a sit down behind these guys.
Sitting back
I
behind
think if
these
anyone's
guys.
going to make this one stop
Yes, we
work
know that.
successfully, it might be Hamilton. Although his lap times aren't
Come on.
where he would want them to be, but you get the feeling that when Alonso down to Behrman
Verstappen
and
4
Hadjar
tenths
start
behind
to pit,
Hamilton.
Hamilton's still got a
5
bit of
tenths
life in
behind
those tyres
Hadjar.
to carry forward.
Verstappen closing in.
Absolutely. Funny old business, isn't it? You've got Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen fighting over 11th place.
Just defend Hamilton, defend Max,
that's
defend
because
Max
the
if you
midfield
can.
just found a lot of pace, isn't it? We've got some real outliers out there where the established
Just
front runners
hold
no longer
Max if you can,
have a
man.
big
Just
advantage
hold
at the
Max.
front of the field.
On board then with Max Verstappen in 12th place.
Max
finds
is
himself
little
about
bit
6
behind
tenths
for
of a
an
second
overtake.
behind Lewis
Hamilton throw that
even with fresher
safety
tyres,
inside line.
no pace advantage to try and get past into turn 1.
No
Didn't really want to
overtake
slow
for
down, did it?
Verstappen on this lap.
Max had to sort of just again. So this is that wider line through turn 2, but he's picking up understeer in short shifting through turn 3.
Medium tire runners didn't hit yet.
Couple of downshifts for 4.
They are also going for the one stopper.
Yeah, look at the steering angle he's putting in.
Leclerc, message from Leclerc. I can feel what we discussed before the race. We need to discuss those things before doing
those.
Cryptic from
Ferrari doing Ferrari
I mean,
things.
There's not a whole lot you can
Chat.
change on
Ferrari is
the car.
doing
Driver comfort
Ferrari
you can change.
things.
A bit of front wing. You're restricted on the tyre pressures really for the minimums. You can't change any other unless you can prove they've got damage and you're changing them with identical parts in size and weight. So that's really intriguing. There's not a whole lot you can do with the current parc fermé conditions.
So Lando, we're considering the one stop. It would be 40 laps on a hard tyre. Keen for it?
Yeah, why not?
Well, he's got nothing to lose, as you were pointing out, and you know he's really condemned to 4th place now, isn't he?
Hamilton
So
if
he doesn't do something different,
no Hamilton.
No,
Safe.
totally agree. I just wonder, so I've just looked up, Hamilton's got a new set
Beautiful
of soft
defense
tyres
by Hamilton.
to take into this race because he didn't make it into Q3. Could he
Verstappen's getting a little bit
45
close.
laps, 50 laps maybe on the hard tyre and then go soft at the end? Would that give him a bit of an offset on tyres and a pace advantage?
We are going to lose this race with this thing. We are losing so much time.
So what is causing Charles Leclerc to think that they're going to lose this race?
Maybe low fuel issue
are
for
pretty evenly
Leclerc.
matched on pace, lap after lap after lap. But is he feeling that
Maybe
starting
he's
to struggle
managing
a little bit,
lifting
maybe
and
slide
coasting
around
again?
because front wing setting not right? I don't know.
Something's bothering him a lot. His pace is fine though. His pace is still there with Piastri. Piastri slightly faster than the
Hamilton
previous lap, and Russell about the same.
5 tenths behind
Alonso
Hadjar.
now backing his
Verstappen
pace
4
off
tenths behind
again
Hamilton.
now to get through the next phase of his
This is
Grand
looking
Prix.
really nice.
And Davidson, what can you tell us?
2
Okay,
seconds.
Lando, we're going to try and just eke out a couple of
Verstappen
laps.
wasting his
When the
time
lap time
behind
drops, we're
Hamilton.
coming in.
Oh
If
my
Leclerc catches
God.
us, we're coming in. He's 5.6 behind. At this
Verstappen,
pace, Leclerc
oh.
catches us in 3 laps.
Right, after you, Gasly
Verstappen
and
thinking
Hulkenberg
about
going
the
wheel to wheel out of turn 1 as
dive
well.
bomb.
Gasly staying ahead. Sorry, and down to you as Verstappen
no.
for just one moment was having a look on Lewis Hamilton, but he didn't quite get there.
Hamilton and Verstappen fighting.
That wasn't very fortunate timing for us there on that throw.
Oh my
Verstappen, I can
God.
see, is having a
Verstappen
go
getting
down
close,
the inside turn 4.
close.
And Hamilton's right back to you momentarily, Crofty.
They must have touched
Verstappen
there,
pushed
or
Hamilton.
Hamilton saw it coming and took to the runoff. That was
Verstappen
aggressive
pushed Hamilton,
from
man.
Max Verstappen. How far was he
Verstappen pushed
alongside
Hamilton.
on the inside of that Ferrari as he moved his way up into 11th place? I say moved, kind of barged his way into 11th place. And we'll have a look from a different camera angle. Definitely had more pace than Hamilton in the Ferrari. Down the
He
inside
pushed
it
Hamilton.
goes.
Yes.
I'm sure they did touch.
No. You couldn't see from the angle, could you? But we need to see a different angle. But
That's definitely a penalty for
they went off in
Max.
sympathy of
Definitely.
the car of the inside, or they looked perilously close. Whatever, Verstappen has the position.
Anthony, we'll try again.
Yeah, let's try again,
Hamilton
shall we? So all
outside
at the
the
moment looks
airfield.
calm. Just to my right-hand side, I can see the McLaren team sitting on the pit wall there. Lando Norris out in front of the moment, 4 seconds in front of Leclerc. trying this one stop. I think it's the only thing he really can
Leclerc
go for
gaining on
right
Norris.
now. And if the
Leclerc
medium
gaining on
tyres already
Norris.
done 30 laps out of the 70, then I believe with less fuel in the car, like you'll get as it depletes through the race, the hard tyres should
Hamilton tyres are
comfortably
gone.
be able to do that. So it's an alternate strategy for Norris there. Maybe not what they were predicting at the start of this race today down at McLaren, but they've got to give it a go now. Let's listen for Piastri's radio. Oh, I didn't hear anything. I don't know if you
Turn
did.
6, a lot more tailwind.
Hamilton
Carry on.
So
race
sorry,
is
Crofty,
over.
what I
I
was going to say on
think
Leclerc,
guys.
the theory I have on this one is that sometimes before the race you make decisions on what you do in terms of tyre compound changes and
He's
in
losing
terms of
too
the
much
front flap
time.
angle.
Too much time.
Maybe what Leclerc's
He's
referring to
outside.
is we've
Yes,
switched
the
tyre
RS
compound
range.
to the hard, and you've automatically
Verstappen
given
overtook
me a different
Hedger.
car balance through my front wing. Let's discuss this stuff real time as well as just in the meeting before the race. Only thing I can think of.
Yeah, so what I was going to say there is that what McLaren were talking about is Leclerc, judging how far Leclerc's gone, because as soon as he gets closer to Norris, Norris will start getting blue flags, and he's obliged to get out of the way, and that'll cost him a
Verstappen
huge
got
amount
a
of
free
time
air
as
finally.
he goes on the dirty side of the racetrack. So they'll want to pit him before he has to get out of
Verstappen's
the way
getting angry.
of Leclerc and
well,
no, I'm talking rubbish there. I'm talking rubbish.
I was going to say...
He just doesn't want to lose time. Sorry.
He's going to box
Verstappen
anyway.
is
They
getting
didn't want
angry.
him to
Norris
lose time.
going
on
for
that.
a
Yeah, he's going to box anyway. He might have put up a fight against Charles Leclerc, which would have paid dividends, I think, for his teammate Oscar Piastri if he could have held him up. But McLaren say, we try and go racing to suit the aspirations of both of our drivers. And in such a close time,
Our race leader is back.
They are not going to be asking Lando to hold up
And he lost position
and then
behind
hinder his own
Russell.
race. This one-stop strategy is what they believe will bring Lando Norris back into play. 1.9 second stop. Wow.
Norris lost
And he's out
position
in front
behind Russell.
of Fernando Alonso. He's got a bit of warm-up to do, but he should
But
be able
he
to
has
keep that
fresh tyres.
place. And that then means that he has got a
Hamilton
big tyre
getting
offset,
close
Norris.
to headshot.
There is a chance. There's a chance they can get him on the podium from there, but he's got to be fast, but careful with the tyres.
Turn 4 incident involving car number 1 Verstappen and Hamilton noted.
Max was not very far up the inside.
There's surely a penalty, 5 seconds at least.
Surprised that the stewards had a look at that one, to be honest, as to whether it was forcing another driver off the track.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Lewis would have gone that far off the track. Of his own
EST 1.5 seconds behind Leclerc.
We can't tell without a better camera angle.
Yeah, he's not sneezed and gone off the track as a result of it, and he did take very much avoiding action on that one. So Lando Norris has pitted finally on the end
Verstappen
of
behind
lap
Lawson,
31.
11
He's back
seconds
down
behind.
in 4th place and running a one-stop strategy. Ahead of him, George Russell.
Oh,
Ahead of
PST
him,
is
Oscar
coming for
Piastri.
Leclerc.
Ahead of him.
PST is coming for
Now
Leclerc.
leading the race again is Charles Leclerc, and the gap between the two out in front, 1.4 seconds. Fernando Alonso in 5th, running a super race here, and I think definitely on a one-stop strategy, and Aston Martin went into this race with only one set of hards, one set of mediums, and some used softs. So they've decided that
Stroll
one
needs
stop
to pit,
was going to
Alonso
work
needs
for
to
them
pit,
best.
Bortolotto needs to
So
pit.
he want to go another 7 laps or so before he can...
They are on the
or
medium
maybe
tyres.
get another 2 or 3 laps maybe before he can get those hard tyres on. Bortoletto, is he running a one-stopper as well? In 6th, Lance Stroll running in 7th. Is that a
Will
one-stopper
one
coming
stop
his
work
way?
at
Liam
Hungarian
Lawson could be
Grand
one-stopping too, running in 8th. And now Max Verstappen is 10 seconds behind his former teammate on a 2-stopper. He was one of the earlier midfield runners to come into the pits. Gasly
Leclerc
now makes his pit
maintaining
stop.
Leclerc
He'll come out
maintaining
behind Ollie
time.
Behrman, I would have thought.
Gasly
Behrman
pitted.
is running last
Gasly
on those
pitted.
hard tyres. That might be a one-stop for Ollie Behrman in this race too.
Nice.
The one-stop is definitely being discussed way more than it was in our production meeting this morning, Martin.
Yes, it's coming for Leclerc.
So Piastri, if he's got any more speed, he'll need to start delivering it soon. But we're only just coming up to halfway point. So an awful lot of racing laps to go yet.
Hamilton can't overtake man.
Front just washes out a little bit, picks up the throttle, the back steps out.
Maybe
There's not a
points
huge amount of
are
grip on these tyres,
too much to
but they are a
ask.
little bit more durable.
Maybe.
We're biding ourselves as well for the next pit stop. for the top three. 14
Come
laps
on,
old
Hamilton.
currently. Charles Leclerc and George Russell's hard tyres, and 15 laps old Oscar Piastri. Can McLaren get Piastri about 1.2,
Hülkenberg
1.3
has
seconds
5-second penalty.
behind Charles Leclerc to do the undercut again? I think that's what they might need.
They might. Norris is a pit stop.
Verstappen
behind
8.5
Leclerc
seconds
now. Just under, actually. He's
behind.
18.9
Lawson
seconds.
Hedge are
It's
pitted
19 and a bit,
finally.
isn't it, for a pit stop? A good clean pit stop. So even if they stop again, they'll have such fresh tyres over him. But Leclerc's just put in a stunning middle sector of the lap. So he's got whatever it is that's bugging him on his car. He's very fast.
Hadger goes onto the hard tyres. He makes his stop.
He's getting really close
of Pierre
to
Gasly.
Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli behind Franco
Hedge
Colapinto.
P18 with that new mediums.
Turn 2 they go, and plunging down
Sorry,
the hill.
P19.
Antonelli on tyres that are, what, 12 laps old.
Yes, she's
Colapinto,
gaining
20 laps, for his
on
hard compound
Leclerc.
tyre. Came in for his stop way earlier. And we are at halfway distance in this race, lap 35.
Can Leclerc win today,
70.
Chad?
George
What
Russell,
do
we
you
haven't
think?
mentioned
Can
him for a
Leclerc
while.
win today?
He's been told this is really good pace. Keep it up, George. And he's going to need to keep it up. Behind him, Lando Norris has just set the fastest lap of the race. Fresher tyres, of course. He was 6/10 faster there than
Norris
George
fastest
Russell.
man on track.
If
8
Norris
seconds
basically
behind
keeps
Russell.
himself 14, 15 seconds behind the race leader, then Leclerc and Piastri are going to have
Hamilton
to
in
overtake
the
him,
points.
and Russell probably
That's
going to have
good.
to overtake him to finish on the podium here.
Yeah, he's got a 13-lap offset, Norris has, to his teammate, for example, Piastri. So his tyres are 13 laps younger.
How's the tyre, Oscar? Do you think you could get to the end on another hard from here?
If I pit again, yes.
Yeah, but he's not going to get to the end on that tyre, I would have thought. And
Yes,
this
she's
is going to be
thinking
fascinating,
about
Martin. You're
another
right.
pit stop. Yes, she's thinking about another pit stop, Chad. Hamilton almost 2 seconds slower than
Really
Verstappen.
spicy in the closing stages.
It's been that way for
His
decades
race is
here.
over, man.
And this is what, the 40th race here, isn't it? So
Unless and
thank
until he
goodness this
can
this
undercut
team radio
Aston
is
Martins
transmitted. I know a lot of drivers and
and
sometimes
Sauber.
teams think that it shouldn't be, but we wouldn't have a clue what was going on. It's so important for us to get those pieces of information, and because it's all somewhat different to what a lot of teams expected, they're having to have really open dialogue, aren't they, on the radio and giving the game away.
Lando
Turn
Norris with
4
that
incident
another
involving
fastest
cars
lap.
1 and 44 under investigation. You remember
Turn 4
Hamilton
incident
and Verstappen collided into Hamilton
between
last year
Verstappen
at the
and
Hungarian
Hamilton
Grand
under
Prix.
investigation.
Well,
Let's
investigation
go.
by the
There's
stewards,
some
well,
hope.
Max's, for his move down the inside, and we'll see what happens from that investigation. The net result
Verstappen
is that
gaining
Verstappen
on
is
Lawson.
ahead of Hamilton in 9th place. And
Lawson
down to
had
you.
to pit.
Yeah, Crofty,
Stroll
just
had
a
to
quick one.
pit,
I got the
Bortoleto
rule
had to
of
pit, and
engagement in terms of
Alonso.
overtaking right here in front of me.
Good
the
man.
overtaking car on the inside of a corner
And of course
must have
Hamilton.
its front axle at least alongside the mirror of the other car prior to and at the apex.
Maybe
that
a
didn't
safety
happen.
car can help.
No.
It didn't, but if they didn't touch, it doesn't really matter. But
Colapinto
you'd be
pitted
pretty
again.
Sure, they did touch, wouldn't you? The distance that the Ferrari went off the road, but we will find out.
Yeah,
Both the
trouble was
Alpines
trees
done
rather
their pit stop.
shielded, our
I
view
think
from
so.
The helicam, which provides brilliant footage, I must admit, but the trees rather got in the way of that one.
He's not exactly being parsimonious with his tyres, Lando Norris. He's just done the fastest lap of the race for the
Norris
last
race.
3 laps.
Norris's race is done.
120.5 for that.
He's
last
7
lap,
seconds
lap
behind
36,
Russell.
and that was 6/10 of a second faster.
Gasly
than
has
George
only
Russell.
done 1 pit stop.
17 seconds between Leclerc and Norris.
Oh,
Down
Aston
at
Martin. Stroll is
Lance
pitting.
Stroll is coming into the pits to receive a set of hard compound tyres. This is a fine race for Aston
Stroll
Martin
is
here today.
pitted,
With
Chad.
Alonso and Stroll running in the points, and as they were the only team that didn't score points in Spa, they could
Come
really
on,
do
Hamilton.
with a double points finish here. You might not
Yes,
think that there
yes,
are
yes,
new
yes.
hard
Alonso
compound tyres that are
also
going
have to
on. They've
pit.
had 1 lap where they've been scrubbed in and a heat cycle put through them, so they're as good
Stroll
as new.
is
Stroll
from-
comes
from
out, and they
out
want him ahead of Alex
Albon.
Albon. And he is just ahead of Alex Albon.
Yeah, only Aston Martin do
Stroll
the
for
scrubbing of
Williams
tyres.
sandwich.
These are still really good lap times, George. Just keep banging them in.
Let me drive. George.
Kimi Raikkonen reply from George Russell.
Doesn't want any compliments
Yeah.
at this stage of the afternoon.
Just trying to be nice, just trying to be nice. Yeah, Aston do it on a regular basis, as you say, Martin. I think McLaren did try it with their hard tyres for this race, but what does it do?
It just takes that, where a shiny on the surface, where it's come out of the mould, and gives you a little bit
he's
more
losing
instant
time
grip.
behind
It's a
Verstappen.
lot of gravel, but most of his tyre was on the curb,
Norris
so
in the
it's
gravel.
absolutely fine. Bernie's got more news for us at Sky. Hold on, Bernie.
Lando, just keep the focus. Don't want those mistakes.
Oh, there's a bit of a telling off, isn't it? Bernie, what can you tell us?
None of us want to tell an off, do we, Martin? Definitely not for cutting it on the radio over you. But just going to pick up on your point about the scrub tyres. What you said is very important. You said maybe gives you a bit more instant grip. And that's just it, isn't it? Warm up out of the pit lane, we've seen on these hard tyres. That's actually what Norris chose to put on. What he was going to come in with, though, was Alonso. I've been watching his pit window. I thought he would stop to cover Verstappen, who's now been free from traffic behind. But I think his target is maybe Hamilton, who's also on the one-stop strategy. So he might stop as Hamilton gets into his pit window. Hamilton's 24.5 seconds behind now. So that might be the beginning of those that are on a one-stop trying to get onto that hard tyre.
And Verstappen under investigation, hence the exclamation mark by the side of his name.
Come on,
for
Hamilton,
that
get
incident with
those
Lewis
tyres
Hamilton.
at least lap
Hulkenberg was under investigation and picked
45,
up a
at least
5-second penalty
45 laps.
as a result of it. He's not coming in at the end of this lap, Fernando Alonso. He's making the Bernie Collins strategy look so easy this afternoon. You know the one where they just go
medium tyres.
long and then eventually pit. Bernie's laughing behind me here. You did it for years at Aston Martin and Racing Point.
I'd like to think I
Aston
did more
Martin
than just
are
that,
getting
but
ready
if you're
for
going to
pit
summarise
stop.
my 8-year career on the pit wall to one simple line, then so be it.
It's all in the book.
You're picking up all that
Alonso's
angst
tyres
coming
are
across the
looking
radios,
good,
aren't
see?
you? But they were putting the Aston Martin tyres away
Hamilton
again
maintaining
there.
9-second
He's a
gap
wily old
behind
fox, Fernando,
Verstappen.
isn't he?
Verstappen
He always
gained
has been.
2.5 seconds.
You know, he puts the pace in when he has
Yes.
to. He didn't care about holding 3/4 of the field up if it suits his, like he was doing earlier on, if it suits his afternoon, and why should he?
Alonso will get ahead of Hamilton if he pits now.
Lando's done 6 laps of hard.
Hamilton needs to show some pace, Chad. Hamilton needs to show some
He's still
pace.
dictating Lando is really
Alex Albon pitted
because that is his rival in the championship. Forget this race.
the second
The
pit stop.
championship is what it's all about for Oscar Piastri. What did he say to you, Martin? When you asked him, when did you feel confident that you could be champion this year? When did you walk away from a race thinking I could be champion?
I said after Spa, did he? And he went, no, it was after Melbourne when he finished 9th, actually, because of the rain there.
Alonso pitted.
Norris' pace is stunning.
Pitted.
Absolutely stunning. And he's now well
slow pit
within
stop. Come on.
the pit window of Leclerc.
Alonso pits. As I say, winner
slow
here, his
pit
maiden
stop.
win back in 2003, but he played a
He's
major part.
coming
in
ahead of
Esteban
Hamilton.
Ocon
He's
getting a
coming
win here in
ahead of
2021, where he held up
Hamilton.
Lewis
Yes,
Hamilton for
Hamilton
many
now.
laps. Superb.
Just thinking about that call to Oscar.
Oh,
it's like,
Hamilton
right,
is really
do you
slow.
want to race Leclerc to or cover off Lando? And his answer was cover off Lando, wasn't it? So
Why
this question I asked Zach.
His box to overtake.
PSG with that second pit stop.
1.6 seconds was the gap at the end of lap 39.
He'll
1.48
come
seconds
behind.
was the gap at the end of lap
Leclerc pitted.
40, and Charles Leclerc is coming in. So McLaren came out. Oscar Piastri has stayed out. That has now forced Ferrari into pitting Charles Leclerc to cover off what they thought was Oscar Piastri pitting, but he didn't.
Oh my
it's the
God,
bluff for the
did
double bluff, for the
McLaren
double
something?
bluff, and Charles Leclerc comes out now
He'll
in
come
4th
behind.
place. So
Ahead
if
of
he's going
both
to win
Leclerc.
this, he's going to have to get past Lando Norris. The offset will be
What did
9 laps on that hard
Alonso
compound
is
tyre. It's
on
not a massive
hards,
offset.
new hard
To be
tires.
honest, that Charles Leclerc has in his
Hello
favour on those
Zubair
hard
bhai,
tyres.
hello, क्या हाल मेरी
Do
जान?
the opposite call there to Piastri. If he comes in, you stay out.
यार
was
इतनी
indeed.
तगड़ी
I mean,
रेस
it's
चल रही है
like,
वॉच
yeah,
पार्टी
pit
और आप
to
इतना
end the-
लेट आ रहे हो
pit to take the
जुबेर
lead,
जी
basically,
ओहो
wasn't it?
Okay,
हे
yeah,
लॉसन
clear
पिट कर
air.
दिया
There's 6
लॉसन
seconds
पिट
clear air to
बॉटलेटो भी पिट
Gasly.
कर
Let's
दिया
use the pace, and this gives you what you wanted with Lando.
Right, so he
Slow
can
pit
build
stop.
the
Yeah,
gap
slow
to
pit
his
stop,
teammate.
slow pit
Bortoleto
stop.
pits, not surprising after Alonso
Hamilton
had made
P7
his
Zubair
stop.
bhai Hamilton
Bortoleto
P7
comes
let's
out
go
ahead of his teammate Nico Hulkenberg, who's under pressure from Lance Stroll, and Hulkenberg's done a really good job there, holding Lance
ho
Stroll
ho
up
ho
on that
ho
lap. The old
Stroll aa
switcheroo
raha hai
comes out
overtake ke liye
from Lance
Stroll aa
Stroll
raha hai
as he
पीछे
does manage to get past the Sauber and
भाई
make his way
साहब
up into
amazing
ninth place.
overtake
While he does that, Kimi Antonelli gets past Esteban Ocon for
भाई
13th, and
साहब
Alonso, by the
भाई
way, has come
साहब
out ahead of Lewis Hamilton, the guy he held up that day, so that Esteban
भाई
Ocon could
अब
go
आ
and win
जाए
the Grand
एक
Prix.
सेफ्टी कार
And the incident between him and Max
बस
Verstappen will
एक
now be
सेफ्टी कार चाहिए
investigated
मजा आ
after
जाएगा
the
भाई
race.
Interesting.
incident
The stewards
involving
obviously want to
Hamilton
hear
will
from
be
both drivers
investigated
on that one
after
and their
the race
representatives. Stay tuned to the post-race
I don't
show
think
with
so उस पे
Natalie
कोई investigation
and
होगी भी
Jamie and Bernie.
मतलब doubtful है
And if the incident
doubtful
isn't
है
decided by the time we go off air, well, there's always skysports.com and the F1 section.
क्या
So
लग
we'll
रहा है
get the news
ब्लेज
out as soon as we
अपना
possibly
जुबेर
can.
भाई
On board
क्या
Lando
फरारी आज
Norris
विन मिलेगा
chasing
इन्हें
George Russell.
भाई
That gap
12
now
रेसेस के
under
बाद फर्स्ट
1.4
विन फरारी के
seconds.
लिए
Bernie, to you.
Yeah, so
Sorry, that was a hard across the curve there.
Okay, Max. So Bortoleto and Lawson have now pitted. We are considering leaving you out here.
Out here.
Okay, well, it's not going to be easy.
No, I know. We're monitoring it. That might be our best opportunity. But like I say, we are monitoring it.
It might be our best
yeah, so it's just
opportunity.
going to come in that Verstappen radio because
Red Bull
Verstappen
finding
stopped
their
on lap
opportunities,
17.
chat.
His tyres are already 24 laps old, and they've just told him, as you heard there, considering going to the end. His pace looks pretty strong. He's had a lot of traffic to come through to get to where he is now, but that would leave him a P5 finish
only
from the start
Hamilton
if he can hold on to these hard tyres.
is still
It's a big
pushing
if
on
as
that hard
Hulkenberg
tires.
comes out of the pits right and almost right slap bang in the middle
Hulkenberg
of the
inside there
Russell
ये
Norris
क्या खेल
battle.
रहे हो वॉच
Stays
पार्टी
out
है
of the way,
जुबेर भाई
but only
F1
just.
की
Happy
वॉच
to
पार्टी
extend. I think that was the message there from
और
George Russell.
हमारी
So his tyres
टीम
feeling fresh.
फरारी
Might he need to extend
हाई
a
चांसेस
little
है
bit
कि
here.
आज ये
Or
जीते
is now, well, if
वॉच
he
पार्टी चल
extends
रही है
and stays out and makes
जो
a
P4
one-stop
पे है ना
work,
बंदा
like they're considering
उसको
with Max
जीतना है
Verstappen,
हैमिल्टन फिट
similar
कर रहा है
length,
यार
that would be pretty impressive too.
बहुत पीछे आएगा वो हैमिल्टन पिट कर रहा है यार नहीं कैजली के पास आएगा वो भाई सेफ्टी कार के लिए रुक सकते थे यार जुबेर सेफ्टी कार के लिए मैं भी रुक सकते थे 2.3 not a bad pit stop not a bad pit stop रसल पिट कर रहा है वापस से हैमिल्टन P16 पता था
rejoins the race down in 16th place on the medium tyre, fresher tyres, faster tyres than those around him. George Russell
यार अब ये मीडियम टायर ये लास्ट तक चला ले जुबेर लास्ट तक चला ले मजा आ जाएगा भाई
Norris free and it's a 1-2 for Piastri and Norris out in front as they
फरारी ने 2 पिट स्टॉप कर दिया है और मर्सिडीज ने 2 पिट स्टॉप कर दिया है और गैजली भी डबल पिट स्टॉप के लिए जाएगा नहीं गैजली ने एंटोनेली कॉलिबन को पेनल्टी सो 5 सेकंड पेनल्टी हुल्केनबर्ग ने पेनल्टी सर्व कर दिया है चैट
Could they extend Oscar Piastri? It's logical, isn't it? If they're thinking, let's keep Max Verstappen out, and they're thinking, could George Russell extend it?
leading this race.
Could Oscar Piastri stay
Hamilton
out?
5 seconds behind Gasly.
His teammate was 0.4 of a second quicker than him on the last
Heads
lap.
up. Pit
That's
किया?
Esteban Ocon.
What happened to Hedger?
Isaac Hadger, 12th place now for Hadger.
Oh,
is 1.8
Antonelli with
seconds up
that
and
amazing
1.9 it
overtake.
finished, on the lap that's just taken
Come
place.
on Hamilton,
Absolutely
show
flying out there.
So that's the end of that
भाई
conversation.
पेज
then.
दिखा
Could
दे
they keep
Hamilton,
Oscar
पेज
out?
दिखा दे.
Could he win the
हेडजर
race
ने
by doing a
Ocon
one-stop
को overtake कर
strategy?
लिया.
Yeah, that's an easy overtake for Lando
ओ
Norris.
भाई
So,
बहुत क्लोज रेस
if Norris
चल
is not
रही
taking
है
too much life out of his tyres
मिडफील्ड में.
that swapping and going in late. So Lando is 13 laps into
भाई
these tyres
गैसली
now. Oscar Piastri
ऑली
26
बेयरमैन को
laps
ओवरटेक कर
into
सकता है.
his.
चांसेस
They
है,
boxed George Russell.
चांसेस है.
Oscar pits.
स्ट्रोल जाएगा
Now
क्या
he
सेकंड
comes
पिट
out
स्टॉप के लिए?
well ahead
नहीं.
of George Russell, but he comes out once again behind
एस्टन मार्टिन
Charles
वन पिट
Leclerc.
स्टॉप के लिए गया.
Charles Leclerc
हैमिल्टन गेन कर रहा है,
wasn't
गेन
any
कर रहा है, अच्छी
faster.
बात
In
है.
fact, he was half a second slower than Lando Norris on the previous
भाई रेस
lap.
खत्म है मेरे हिसाब से.
Stop strategy looking good for Lando.
So Oscar Leclerc is going to be 4 or 5 seconds ahead
Ferrari
of
को
our
pit
pit
stop नहीं
window.
करना.
We suggest the box this lap, to push a box this lap.
भाई
I don't really care. I've got Leclerc.
है मतलब किसी किसी को बोर लग सकता है सुबह,
So that's a important thing at the
लेकिन
moment.
भाई रेस
Trouble
यार
is,
मेन
was
रेस
Antonelli
दिखा नहीं
goes
सकते,
down
उस
the
चीज की
inside on
दिक्कत है.
Carlos Sainz. Trouble is, he's got to care about Leclerc.
अगर रेस
Piastri's
दिखाएंगे
gonna
ना
have
तो
to overtake Leclerc.
फिर
He is
स्ट्राइक पड़
coming in
जाता है.
and stopping now.
तो
So
ज्यादा
Oscar
ज्यादा
Piastri
टाइमिंग दिखा
gets that
सकते हैं.
pit stop and will head back out into
भाई
the race.
क्या ही रेस चल रही है
Lando
भाई.
Norris takes the lead of this race. Charles
विलियम्स
Leclerc
और
is
मर्सिडीज
flying
के
down
बीच
the
में.
main straight. Another
भाई
great stop
साहब.
from the McLaren team. 1.9 seconds. But there's your gap. You just see Charles Leclerc disappearing out of sight as Oscar Piastri rejoins in
भाई
third.
So Piastri's got some
लेक्लर के
overtaking
पीछे
to
आ
do.
चुका है. लेट्स गो.
Russell now absolutely flying as well.
भाई
on
12
fresh tyres.
सेकंड पीछे है
Can
भाई
Norris stay
लेक्लर
up front
के.
and coax those tyres at this speed
अब बस
to the end of
नॉरिस
Grand
एक
Prix?
पिट कर जाए,
Key for me
मजा आ जाएगा भाई.
is how quickly can Oscar Piastri clear Charles Leclerc.
नॉरिस को अर्ली पिट
so
स्टॉप के लिए
far in
जाना
this
चाहिए.
race,
अगर वो
he's not looked like the McLaren
भाई साहब
has got the pace
नॉरिस
to easily
सिंगल पिट
clear
स्टॉप के लिए जा
that
रहा है.
Ferrari. So Charles Leclerc could play a very helping hand in Lando Norris taking this win.
Hamilton fucked up.
Lando Norris is out in front, making a one-stop strategy work. Oscar Piastri has it all in his own hands to get some
First
overtaking done.
non-point
Degradation might be a
finishing
factor
race for
towards the end,
Hamilton
and there
for
was a
this
sniff of rain around in
season.
the air about an hour and a half ago. Not quite sure what's happening with that now.
भाई
Lovely
साहब
sweeping
यार,
movements on the steering
उसको
wheel,
पहले
carrying a lot
गैसली
of
को
speed
करना है,
through
फिर
turn 11
ओकॉन
earlier on
को,
in this lap.
फिर
Squeeze the
ओली
throttle pedal
बेयरमैन
like
के
it's
हेडर,
got
उसके
an
आगे
egg
साइंस
underneath
और
it, you
सब
don't
फास्ट
want to
चार्जर.
brake.
भाई
Let's do
TDMI
everything we can
खेलो.
for blue flags, please. Let's be a bit more proactive in it.
BGMI खेले है भाई. एक साल हो गया बंद करके
Because
BGMI.
he is coming up to back markers.
हाँ, एक साल हो
thinking
गया.
ahead there and saying, right, come on, blue flag.
वो अभी मजा नहीं आता यार. वो गेम उन लोग ने पूरा बर्बाद कर दिया है, ऐसा मेरे को लगता है. जो ओरिजिनल पबजी वाला था ना, अभी वो इवेंट्स वगैरह ये सब डाल के ना खराब कर दिया. वो इजिप्ट वाला कुछ तो इवेंट था ना, आया था स्टार्टिंग में ही. वो वाले खेले तो उसके बाद मैंने बंद कर दिया. मतलब ऑलमोस्ट चाइनीज लोगों का पबजी है ना, वो सब लेके जा रहे हैं. तो इसलिए हमने टाटा कर दिया. उसकी बजाय हमने लेके आया और ये वाला गेम एपेक्स लेजेंड्स. भाई मतलब स्टार्टिंग में क्या ही, अगर जो स्टार्टिंग में पबजी था ना, मतलब जो ओरिजिनल गन फाइट होती थी, पब्लिक हॉट ड्रॉप, मिलिट्री उतरती थी, कोचिंग की उतरती थी. अभी तुम अगर उतरोगे तो मोस्टली लोग इवेंट पे ही उतरने वाले. और VPN लगा के भी खेल सकते पबजी मोबाइल. नहीं यार, एक उतनी मेहनत करके तेरे को खेलना है तो भाई इससे अच्छा मत खेल. मतलब इतनी मेहनत करके तो भाई नहीं हो पाएगा. वो बहुत मेहनत है भाई अगर वैसा खेलना है तो. बाकी तूने वो खेला है फ्री फायर? नहीं, मैं वही पूछ रहा था तेरे को, क्या तूने फ्री फायर खेला? मैंने वो गेम लिटरली मेरे को याद है मैंने सिर्फ 2 मिनट के लिए खेला है मेरे कजन ब्रदर के मोबाइल में। भाई साहब पबजी का 4th कॉपी लगता है वो, इतने गंदे ग्राफिक्स, फिर भी लोग इंडिया में उसको खेल रहे हैं, वो गेम वॉचिंग मिलती है उस गेम को। भाई कैसे भाई वो अलग ही है वो मतलब वो गेम कैसे वॉचिंग निकाल रहा है ना, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता, इतने गंदे ग्राफिक्स होके। भाई कार्टून भी उसके सामने अच्छा है भाई, लिटरली कार्टून भी अच्छा है। वो गेम देखने में ना एकदम बगी लगता है, ऐसा लगता है कि भाई बीच बीच में अपना तेरे पिंग आ रही है बहुत ज्यादा। भाई मतलब उससे बेटर है तुम यही खेल लो अपना, क्या नाम है, क्लैश ऑफ क्लैन। भाई बेटर ग्राफिक्स भाई। बाकी वैलोरेंट मोबाइल आने वाला है जुबेर, बहुत चलेगा मेरा प्रेडिक्शन है। अब मेरे को लगता है वो गेम है ना बहुत ज़्यादा चलेगा। वैलोरेंट मोबाइल पब्लिक पागल हो जाएगी। This was broken. I got no grip at all.
Yeah, you have significant rear damage.
Oliverman struggling. भाई हैमिल्टन गैसली को ओवरटेक करने वाला है। वर्स्टैपेन विद दैट अनदर पिट स्टॉप। भाई वो पीछे जाएगा, वो पीछे जाएगा वर्स्टैपेन। अरे वो बस 300 MB का है जिसका डिवाइस अच्छा नहीं है। अरे अग्रीड, जिसका डिवाइस अच्छा नहीं है वो खेल रहा है भाई। लेकिन मैंने YouTube पे देखा हूँ भाई पब्लिक अपना इसमें आईफोन प्रो मैक्स में खेल रही है भाई वो गेम, कैसे पता नहीं। आईफोन प्रो मैक्स में तुम फ्री फायर खेल रहे हो, शर्म आने वाली बात है भाई। मतलब कैसे, मतलब वो देखने में इतना अजीब लगता है भाई। यार बाकी जुबेर क्वेश्चन, क्या तू क्लैश ऑफ क्लैन खेलता है अभी भी? क्योंकि यार जितने भी लोग थे ना जिनको मैं जानता हूँ सब ने छोड़ दिया है क्लैश ऑफ क्लैन भाई, सब ने छोड़ दिया क्लैश ऑफ क्लैन, कोई खेलता ही नहीं है, पता नहीं क्यों भाई। वो अभी भी वो गेम बहुत प्यारा है, वो लिटरली वो गेम है ना अभी भी बहुत प्यारा है भाई। सुनोड़ा भैया थोड़ा सा गुस्सा हो गए। हैमिल्टन का ओवरटेक कर रहा है, 1 साल पहले छोड़ दिया अभी। यार मैं वो गेम पता नहीं, मेरे मोबाइल में ना अभी वो एक ही गेम है 14 लेवल का। ओहो भाई साहब, भाई मेरा था एक पुराने मोबाइल में एंड्रॉयड था जब, उसमें टाउन हॉल भाई पीएसटी ने ओवरटेक कर दिया लेक्लर को भाई। फक यार जुबेर, फक। रेस खत्म है अभी मतलब देखने के लिए क्या है, हम अपनी बात करते हैं। हाँ तो जब मेरा एंड्रॉयड मोबाइल था उसमें मेरा टाउन हॉल 11 या 12 तक पहुंचा था। फिर उसके बाद मोबाइल फॉर्मेट मारने के चक्कर में वो आईडी चली गई, तो फिर हमने वापस से स्टार्ट किया। अभी हम वापस से पहुंचे हैं टाउन हॉल 12 पे, तो अभी तो 16 तक पहुंच गया है भाई। फुल आराम से एक एक दिन में थोड़ा थोड़ा सा करके खेलते रहता हूँ मैं, अपग्रेड छोटा छोटा अपग्रेड चलते रहता है भाई। नहीं होना चाहिए था लेक्लेयर, यार और बीजेएमआई का एक मैप मेरा मार 300 MB का भाई भाई बहुत ज़्यादा हैवी। अरे पबजी का है ना मोस्टली है ना जो वो लोग इवेंट्स डालते हैं ना इरेंगल मैप तेरा जो होता है ना जो इवेंट वाला होता है भाई वो इतना हैवी होता है इतना हैवी होता है कि भाई तेरी मतलब मोबाइल का डेटा तो चूसता ही है वो साथ में स्टोरेज भी चूस लेता है।
Verstappen on fresher tyres in the 119s and gaining on Liam Lawson.
So Norris is catching to lap now. Gasly, Ocon, Sainz, and
Oh,
Hamilton.
dive bomb by Hamilton.
Much further up the road. That is going to hurt his progress a lot.
It's going to hurt his tyres as well, as you heard Tom
6 सेकंड पीछे हैमिल्टन हेड जार के
running his own very dull race at the moment, but that own very
भाई
dull
पॉइंट्स में आ
race is
जा
about to be
मेरे
joined
पास 8
by
GB का है
Gabriel
पूरा भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना भाई
who is
8
on a
GB
very
अगर वो
similar
लोग वो
strategy
इवेंट
as
वाली
we
चीजें
said
निकाल
earlier,
देना
part of the Fernando
जो लोग ने
Alonso
अभी वो भी
management
डाला है ना तो
stable. So
कस्टम
Alonso
मैप्स
managers
बना
say,
के
"Come on,
1v1
Gabriel,
खेल
show me what
सकता
you
है
got. Show me your one for the future."
भाई
Alonso's
मतलब
the driver going, "No, no, you're staying behind
क्यों
me."
He's quietly and
वो
calmly
तुम्हारे
turning
पीसी
into the
जो
star, isn't he?
फ्री
Watch
फायर की
that,
कॉपी करने की
it's been a
कोशिश
while,
की है
made a lot of
भी
mistakes,
अपना
but he's
बीजीएमआई
doing
वालों
really
ने
well lately.
भाई वो तुम्हारा पीसी में अच्छा लगता है क्योंकि उसमें तुम्हारे पास स्टोरेज होती है। मोबाइल गेम में क्या पूरा एक मोबाइल सिर्फ एक गेम रखोगे तुम।
Maybe Brazilian point success as well. Hamilton moves up to 12 as Sainz pits. Well, no, he'd already cleared Sainz. Apologies for that.
ओह गरवा
Hamilton
जी
in 12
हैप्पी
for
फ्रेंडशिप
121.2
डे।
last
ओह
lap.
जुबैर जी हैप्पी फ्रेंडशिप डे आपको भी।
Horrible lap for Lando Norris in the traffic.
भाई लोग हैप्पी फ्रेंडशिप डे माय रियल फ्रेंड्स आर हियर ऑन माय स्ट्रीम। गरवा जी आपकी सपोर्ट की जरूरत हमें काफी पहले थी आप लेट आए हो।
This is so incredibly frustrating. We've lost all competitiveness. You just had to listen to me. I would have found a different way of managing those issues. Now it's
भाई
just
फरारी ने फिर हक दिया गरवा जी फरारी ने फिर हक दिया है। भाई रेस आधी रेस वो आधी रेस तक वो P1 था। अरे यार ये 7 लोग अरे वो ही अरे जुबैर फाजमो की स्ट्रीम पे 43-45 वॉचिंग आती है भाई उसमें कोई बातें नहीं करता। मतलब देख अभी एक चीज बताओ चैट 10 लोग देख रहे हैं सब के सब लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। अभी देखना थोड़ी देर में छोड़ के चले जाएंगे। देख अभी वो 10 के है ना 5 हो जाएगा तू देख अभी। भाई पता नहीं भाई किस्मत खराब है गाड़ी खराब है ड्राइवर खराब है मैनेजमेंट सब 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 हर एक चीज खराब है भाई। 15 की आ रही है यस इतनी कम हो गई है 15 से 10 की आ गई है। वो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करने बोलता हूँ ना भाई गायब हो जाते लोग। भाई 17 लैप बचे हैं और 2 ओवरटेक करना है हैमिल्टन को। हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ ना भाई बस तुम एक लाइक उस दिन फाजमो भी यही हो रहा था गरवा लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करने बोलो लोग गायब हो जाते हैं। मतलब 10-11 लोग की वॉचिंग है लेकिन लाइक सिर्फ 5 है। बोलिए गरवा जी और क्या ही बोले हम अभी आप लोग ही बोलिए लोगों को आप लोग ही पुश कीजिए लोगों को यार। लेकिन फोन में वो भी खेलने अमंग अस फोन में भाई अलग ही मजा आता है अभी लेकिन वो सिर्फ पीसी में चलता है जुबैर अमंग अस जब मोबाइल में था ना भाई क्या मजा आता था। हैमिल्टन गेन हाफ सेकंड बिहाइंड हेडजार भाई हैमिल्टन हेडजार को खा भाई एंटनेली तक खा ले भाई और कुछ नहीं चाहिए वो 2 को खा ले मजा आ जाएगा चैट। हैमिल्टन पॉइंट में आ जाए लेक्लेयर की रेस खत्म हो चुकी है।
Yeah, so just to come in that for Oscar,
he's losing time. Leclerc is
McLarens
losing time.
Light drops of rain possible. Turn 14. Obviously, the longer you've already.
बाकी गरवा जी काम पे थे क्या आप इतना लेट आए हो? What is this?
Any drop in grip. I think it's only going to be light. It's dissipated as it's moved towards the track.
हाँ गरवा जी.
One to watch out for into turn 13. And to pick up on Lando's point, he wanted the soft tire. If you get a safety car at this stage of the race,
संडे के
it's
दिन भी आपको
probably
छुट्टी
something
नहीं
like
है
5 laps by the time all the cars that are lapped
यो
go
यो yo
past. So maybe
11
not 10
watching let's
racing
go
laps
guys
at the point that the soft tire
Ferrari
starts
doing
passing the
Ferrari
safety car, and
thing
that's what he's saying.
but
That's why I'd want a
आप
soft
लोग
rather than
like
the
and
hard.
subscribe
completely
कर
agree with
दीजिए
you, Bernie, and the other aspect
let's
is on the
reach
restart
250 subs
with
let's
heavily
go
used hard compound tyres.
we are only 18 subscribers behind only 18 subscribers can we reach that 250 subs mark
5.5 seconds. Charles Leclerc puts in a 1:21.1 for lap 55.
6 lights let's go guys
and that gap is 2.2 seconds in the battle for the
let's
final
go
place on the podium.
hit that like button chat 11 watching let's go
Yet another and their fourth consecutive 1-2 on the
can
cards
Hamilton
here. But it's a
at least
14-point
get
swing in the drivers'
P10
championship.
at least
If
at
it
least
stays as it
P10
is now, Piastri leads by 9 points going into the summer
in
break.
another
If he
15
passes
laps
Lando Norris, he
he's
leads by 23
almost
points.
kind of 2 seconds
That is the
behind
difference
Hedger
between taking a more comfortable, leisurely approach to your summer and just keeping your brain a bit more keen and active.
Well, he's going to have the
till
grip when he gets there,
P13
and he will
everybody
get there,
is
Oscar
lapped
Piastri, a half second a
oh
lap.
Norris can Norris
So
win today chat
he'll have 5 laps to do it.
he has 5
Lando
second
will need the
gap behind
widest
PSG
McLaren
but
you've ever
PSG
seen.
got 15 laps
And to try to
younger
keep track
tires
position.
And this from McLaren. What a day.
oh
The team
my
that made
god
their debut
chat.
in Monaco in 1966. If it's Lando
Things
or if it's
are
Oscar, it'll
getting
be their
little bit
200th
tricky at
Grand Prix
McLaren.
victory. And what a way to celebrate it, going into the summer break with a fourth
Hamilton
consecutive
pushing
1-2.
inside
George
3
Russell's got
seconds
the gap between himself and Leclerc
come on
down to
Hamilton at
1.5
least P10
seconds.
at least
Oscar
P10
Piastri's
come
got
on
the gap
Hamilton
between himself and Lando Norris down to 4.8 seconds. Blistering middle sector on this
Hulkenberg
lap. And there's
trying
no
to
back
overtake.
markers in between Norris and Piastri
यार
currently.
गैम्बल वाला
And the next
अरे
car
गरवा यार
ahead
पता
for
नहीं
your race
इतना
leader, Lando
स्ट्रीमर
Norris,
बॉट
is
का भी
Lewis
ना कुछ
Hamilton,
इशू हो गया चल ही
in
नहीं
the
रहा है पता
Ferrari,
नहीं
who's
क्यों
currently racing in 12th.
He is, but
कुछ तो भारी दिक्कत हो गई है भाई स्ट्रीमर बॉट के साथ
pace, so they're not going to catch him.
वो 2-3 दिन से चल ही नहीं रहा उसमें चैट नहीं दिखा रही है भाई कमांड्स तो छोड़ दे चैट भी नहीं दिखा रही है कल की पूरी स्ट्रीम बिना स्ट्रीमर बॉट के करनी पड़ी
And he's not holding up the race leader. He's not obliged to get out of the way.
Oh, PSG is gaining. PSG is gaining. अरे मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना नहीं चल रहा है स्ट्रीमर बॉट
Yeah, there are regulations in
वो
place.
लोग का शायद कुछ तो सर्वर इशू चल रहा है स्ट्रीमर बॉट का
Within a certain distance, time-wise, actually, a certain time rather than a distance.
नहीं चल रहा है गरवा जी हमने काफी ट्राई किया कल भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना भाई किस्मत ही ऐसी है भाई किस्मत ही ऐसी है एक अच्छी चीज ढूंढ के लाया था मैं वो भी नहीं चल रही वापस आ जाओ हमारे स्ट्रीम भाई मेरे को लग रहा है भाई कम से कम तुम लोग वो गैम्बल वगैरह तो कर लेते हो तुम लोग तो खुश रह लेते हो भाई भाई मतलब इतनी अच्छी चीज है चल नहीं रही है लेकिन
on Charles Leclerc for the last 4 laps, consistently taking chunks out of his advantage. Leclerc's race is sadly for him just fallen apart.
We got 11 watchers.
Looked like a third
यार 11 की watching तो maintain है गरवा जी 11 की watching तो maintain है आज ब्लेज नहीं आया स्ट्रीम पे
to think about a podium here today on this current pace.
No further action.
आज ब्लेज जी नहीं आया गरवा जी देख रहे हो
down in turn 1 we only saw the sort of end of that didn't we but I think they definitely made contact but Stewart's happy with that
लड़कों की किस्मत खराब है भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना किस्मत खराब है गाड़ी खराब है ड्राइवर्स खराब है टीम सब कुछ खराब है भाई कुछ ढंग से नहीं चल रहा भाई मतलब इतना प्यारा पुल भाई आधी रेस लॉन्डे ने ना चार्ल्स लेक्लेर्क ने भाई P1 पे चल रहा था भाई क्या कंट्रोल कर रहा था रेस गाड़ी में प्रॉब्लम आया टीम ने कोई टट्टी सा वो लगा दिया मतलब कैसे यार P4 पोडियम भी जा रहा है यार लेक्लर का पोडियम भी जा रहा है भाई गया पोडियम भाई फरारी का। यार गरवा क्या करूं मैं, कोई दूसरी टीम सपोर्ट करना चालू कर दूं? गरवा क्या बोलता है? मेरे को लग रहा है वो एक चीज है जो मैं कर सकता हूँ, दूसरी टीम को सपोर्ट। भाई मतलब क्या गाड़ी है, कल तुम्हारी गाड़ी इतनी फास्ट थी कि तुम पोल ले रहे हो, आज भाई सिर्फ नीचे गिरते जा रहे हो। भाई तुम्हारा सेकंड ड्राइवर पॉइंट्स में भी नहीं आ पा रहा है, सेकंड ड्राइवर। कैसे चल रहा एडिटिंग का काम आपका? वो नहीं नहीं गरवा जी, वो ज़्यादा काम नहीं है, लेकिन आ रहा है अभी हॉटस्टार के जो 15 अगस्त के लिए चालू हो जाएंगी चीज़ें ना, हमारा एडिट आपको देखने मिलेगा हॉटस्टार के यूट्यूब चैनल पे, इंस्टा पे। उनका एक ऑपरेशन तिरंगा करके एक नया वो निकल चालू हो रहा है कैंपेन, जिसमें वो लोग मूवीज टीवी शोज फ्री में चलाएंगे, तो उनके प्रोमोज वगैरह हमने ही काटे हैं, देखिएगा ज़रूर। और एक नेटफ्लिक्स की साउथ की मूवी है, उसका ट्रेलर हमने किया है, उसका अब तक कुछ आया नहीं है, क्या चल रहा है। आज दूसरी नई एडिटिंग में टीम नहीं बदल।
And you've done well today. You've given Lando the opportunity and a strategy to bring him back
मेरे
into
को
this
लग
race.
रहा
You
है
haven't disadvantaged
यस
Oscar in the
जियो
process
हॉटस्टार।
and fastest pit stop of the season. Zach 1.9 seconds.
हमारा पोस्टर भी, एक पोस्टर बनाया हमने जियो हॉटस्टार का, ऑपरेशन तिरंगा करके। मतलब मैंने नहीं, पोस्टर वगैरह हमसे नहीं हो पाता है, लेकिन उनके प्रोमोज वगैरह 20 सेकंड प्रोमोज, 60 सेकंड प्रोमोज वो सारे आ रहे हैं। और अमेज़ॉन का भी कैंपेन हमारा बहुत जल्द शुरू होने वाला है। अभी 1-2 महीने से कुछ नया आया नहीं है मार्केट में हमारा काम, लेकिन जल्दी आएगा, जल्दी आपको हमारे काम देखने मिलेंगे। उसका सब्सक्रिप्शन तो हमको मिलता ही है ना सिम। यस यस, जियो हॉटस्टार का तो शायद फ्री में मिल जाएगा। यार लेकिन मैं सही बोलूँ ना, मैं जियो हॉटस्टार का कंटेंट नहीं देखता हूँ। ओ भाई डाइव बॉम्ब, रसल डाइव बॉम्ब मार रहा है भाई, खतरनाक भाई खतरनाक। यस गरवा जी, बाकी गरवा जी वेडनेसडे आने वाली है भाई, बिंज वॉचिंग है भाई वेडनेसडे, बिंज वॉचिंग। भाई मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ वेडनेसडे के लिए भाई। नेटफ्लिक्स क्या ही कैंपेनिंग कर रहा है उसकी। तूने वो देखा है क्या, मंडाला मर्डर्स करके नेटफ्लिक्स का है, इंडिया का है कंटेंट, वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा चल रहा है। वेडनेसडे नो क्यों भाई, अच्छी चीज़ है गरवा जी, अच्छी चीज़ को आप मना कर रहे हो।
Clearly not allowed.
I've seen worse.
Keep cool, mate. You'll get him.
I've seen worse, but clearly George
अच्छी चीज को कैसे मना कर सकते हो गरवा जी आप?
Down the straight we go. 195.
बुधवार, अरे रे 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 भाई डाइव बॉम्ब, यार चाइना वाला डाइव बॉम्ब मारा है रसल ने भाई, पोडियम चला गया। चले जा चले जा चले जा चले जा चले जा, यार गई पोडियम गया चैट। यार नहीं यार, पोडियम चला गया। चलो एटलीस्ट P4 तो है।
It's not the sort of thing we normally see from Charles Leclerc, but he's not happy. He's not a happy driver, is he?
That was angry Charles, and we'll see from on high. George Russell was coming from a long way back, but he's got over
भाई बाकी क्या डाइव बॉम्ब मारा है भाई रसल ने, क्या डाइव बॉम्ब मारा है भाई, घुस गया है बंदा टॉर्पीडो की तरह।
there was contact there, and it might be the end of his race, let alone the end of his podium chances.
उसने सीधा बोला है मैं निकलूंगा, तुम्हें रुकना है तो रुको, नहीं तो हम दोनों बाहर जाएंगे। भाई साहब पागल। पेनल्टी टर्न इनटू मी ड्यूरिंग ब्रेकिंग। भाई तेरे को पेनल्टी मिलनी चाहिए भाई।
Even though I think he half expected it to come, Martin, you don't want to see drivers doing that, and you don't see Charles Leclerc doing that. Certainly not very often.
No, that was a bit naughty, but George got enough experience. He just stuck with it.
नहीं गरवा जी, ऐसे बातें नहीं करनी है गरवा जी, ऐसी बातें नहीं करनी है। प्लीज सपोर्ट कीजिए यार, आपकी सपोर्ट की जरूरत है। उल्टा स्कोरबोर्ड दिख भाई, उल्टा स्कोरबोर्ड पे भी हम बीच में है भाई। हमारी टीम बीच में, ना ही ऊपर है ना एकदम नीचे है, समझ रहे हो भाई। मतलब और क्या करे हम, क्यों सपोर्ट कर भाई, मतलब नहीं समझ में आता भाई क्यों सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं हम भाई। 8 लैप बचा हमारा, लौंडा P12 पे DRS में है, लेकिन P12 चल रहा है। भाई यार गलत ही चल रहा है यार गरवा जी। भाई बारिश चालू हो गई भाई, बारिश चालू हो गई है भाई। भाई यार हैमिल्टन एटलीस्ट पोडियम आ जाए भाई, पॉइंट्स में आ जाए, एटलीस्ट पॉइंट्स आ जाए भाई गरवा भाई। या मेरे को लगता है कि हमें ना मैक्लेरन को सपोर्ट करना चाहिए। मैक्लेरन विन भाई, मैक्लेरन विन। 7 लैप बचा है, P2 पे जो बंदा है वो 1 सेकंड पीछे चल रहा है भाई। भाई P1 P2 के लिए भाई बहुत झगड़े होंगे गरवा, बहुत झगड़े होंगे P1 P2 के लिए। ना नीचे है ना ऊपर है, एकदम एवरेज भी कुछ ना, टॉपर है ना बैक बेंच, एकदम एवरेज बन गया भाई, एकदम एवरेज भाई। भाई मतलब तुम्हारी गाड़ी कल P1 थी, आज P4 हो गई है भाई। भाई मतलब कैसे इतनी गंदी गाड़ी बना सकते हो यार। भाई हैमिल्टन लैप डाउन हो गया भाई हेडजार से। खत्म है रेस, PST जीतने वाला है भाई। दोनों मैक्लेरन एक दूसरे को लेके चले जाए भाई, दोनों मैक्लेरन एक दूसरे को लेके चले जाए भाई। सिर्फ 23 लैप में 21 सेकंड का गैप बनाया अगर वो लोग ने, मैक्लेरन ने। भाई क्या गाड़ी है सोच तू, 21 लैप में 21 सेकंड का गैप भाई, हलवा है।
Piastri, Hamilton the car behind, down in 12th. Drivers' Championship as it stands, as I mentioned, 9 points between Piastri
भाई
and Norris.
अगर नॉरिस ये रेस जीतता है तो फिर से 9 पॉइंट्स का गैप हो जाएगा भाई। खत्म हो गया भाई, हमारे ड्राइवर का पहला 9 पॉइंट्स फिनिशिंग रेस आ चुका है गरवा जी। भाई मतलब कैसे यार, मतलब भाई और लिटरली भाई अंधा लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं इन्हें गरवा, अंधा भाई। फरारी मतलब भाई फरारी वैसा भाई। कम ऑन हैमिल्टन, कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन। भाई DRS में आ गया हैमिल्टन हेडजार के भाई, गलत टाइम पे यार। थोड़ा और जल्दी अगर कर देते ना, हैमिल्टन DRS लेके घुस जाता भाई। यार गरवा जी यार, इससे अच्छा तो PUBG या वैलोरेंट की वॉच पार्टी करता तो भाई ज्यादा मजा आता भाई। ये क्या देख रहे हैं हम भाई, क्यों देख रहे हैं हम, किसको क्यों सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं भाई। क्या चल रहा है, क्यों चल रहा है, किस लिए चल रहा है, कुछ नहीं पता भाई। भाई नॉरिस को और 4 लैप होल्ड करना है, पीएसटी को और 4 लैप। भाई गया, पीएसटी गया, ये नॉरिस गया भाई, नॉरिस गया, उसके टायर चले गए, स्किड कर रहा है भाई, वो बहुत ज़्यादा स्किड कर रहा है भाई। ओवरटेक इज कमिंग, पीएसटी 15 लैप यंग टायर्स पे है। ओ भाई डाइव बॉम्ब था, ऑलमोस्ट डाइव बॉम्ब था भाई। P1 P2 के लिए अलग झगड़े चल रहे हैं करवा जी, P1 P2 के लिए अलग झगड़े चल रहे हैं। मैक्लेरन भाई ऑलवेज मचा रहे दोनों भी नेक्स्ट टाइम से भाई। मैं मैक्लेरन भाई सपोर्ट भाई, कुछ नहीं तो नहीं, दोनों में से कोई एक आ जाएगा। सिर्फ मैक्लेरन ड्राइवर सपोर्ट नहीं करना है, टीम को सपोर्ट करना है करवा जी। मैक्लेरन को कर उस पे लगाते हैं पनौती भाई। मेरे को लग रहा है कि यही करना चाहिए। आज के लिए मतलब आज तो खत्म हो गई, 4 लैप बचे हैं, 4 लैप में और क्या ही हो जाएगा, तो आज के लिए छोड़ देते हैं भाई। नेक्स्ट रेस से मैक्लेरन को सपोर्ट करेंगे भाई, फुल पनौती भाई, फुल पनौती लगा देंगे अपनी टीम पे भाई। फरारी पे ध्यान ही नहीं देना है भाई। 10 सेकंड टाइम पेनल्टी फॉर गैसली। ओ भाई भाई डाइव, ओ भाई पीएसटी घुस गया था भाई साहब, ऑलमोस्ट कोलिजन था भाई, ऑलमोस्ट भाई साहब, ऑलमोस्ट भाई। पीएसटी सीधा घुस गया था, सीधा लेके जाऊंगा मैं, जीतने नहीं दूंगा वैसा वाला भाई साहब। अलग ही झगड़े चल रहे भाई, 3 लैप है। क्या लग रहा है गरवा जी लग जिसका आरसीपी। यस गरवा जी, नहीं वैसा हमारा फरारी के साथ चल रहा था, क्योंकि फरारी भी बहुत सालों से लोग सपोर्ट कर रहे, लेकिन फरारी जीती नहीं है। तो जैसा आरसीबी जीती थी इस साल, हमें लगा था कि फरारी का भी इस साल कप नाम दे, लेकिन नहीं हो पाएगा भाई। वही तो भाई, क्या ही जीती थी, लेकिन आरसीबी क्या ही जीती थी भाई, मजेदार भाई। वो विन था भाई। भाई फिर से आ गया, फिर से आ गया भाई। इस बार घुस जाएगा ये, इस बार घुस जाएगा भाई। भाई घुस गया, भाई घुस गया, भाई घुस गया। ओ ओ ओ भाई लॉकअप हो गया, ऑलमोस्ट घुस गया था वो नॉरिस के पीछे भाई साहब। फक भाई, पीएसटी लेके जाएगा भाई नॉरिस को भाई। मैक्लेरन वालों के गैराज में भाई फटी पड़ी है उनकी। आ जाइए घरवा जी, 2 लैप बचे हैं। भाई साहब, भाई साहब, भाई लॉकअप हो गया। ओ भाई ऑलमोस्ट जो लास्ट ईयर हैमिल्टन और उसके बीच में हुआ था ना, वैसा हो जाता था भाई। Remember how we go racing? भाई साहब पब्लिक, भाई मजा आ रहा होगा पब्लिक को अरे भाई दोनों गाड़ी एक दूसरे को लेके चली जाती भाई, जो चाहिए हमें भाई। लेक्लर को भाई और कितनी किस्मत खराब भाई। भाई टीम भाई 5 सेकंड पेनल्टी मिल गई यार भाई। लास्ट लैप चल रहा है भाई, लास्ट लैप चल रहा है भाई। पीएसटी बहुत क्लोज है, पीएसटी बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज है
He's a bit too far away. There's probably one more
भाई
chance to get an overtake done here
साहब
in turn 12.
Piastri with a little wobble in the middle
भाई
of turn four as
1
well.
सेकंड के अंदर ही भाई आधा सेकंड पीछे है
It's not
पीएसटी
really down into 12.
भाई लैंडो ने क्या रेस निकाला है भाई गरवा
Distance there.
भाई P3 से P1 आया है लौंडा
As long as he's error free.
भाई लैंडो जीत गया नहीं चाहते थे लेकिन लैंडो जीत चुका है गरवा जी What a race from Lando Norris. What a race, chat. What a race.
Of the Hungarian Grand Prix. This has been a supercharge to the finish line.
भाई साहब भाई मैक्लेरन की फट के 14 हो रखी होगी भाई 100%.
For the McLaren team, and it's victory for Lando Norris here in Hungary.
भाई साहब लौंडा जीत गया रेस.
It's a 1-2 for the team and Papaya.
भाई रसल P3.
That he much needed heading into the summer break. Piastri gave it absolutely everything. Roll on the rest of the season. If that is
भाई साहब मैक्लेरन वालों की फट के 14 हो रखी थी भाई.
Really enjoyed that. And that surely was one of
भाई उनकी फट के 14 हो रखी थी.
the difference rate 39 laps.
पर मर्सिडीज पोडियम निकाल के चला गया यार 15 सेकंड पीछे है वो मर्सिडीज के.
George Russell, podium for him in his first time since victory in Canada. Charles Leclerc was leading for so long in
भाई गाड़ी बहुत खराब थी भाई गाड़ी बहुत खराब थी फरारी की. And another 1-2 for McLaren.
Yes, mega job, mate. Mega job. Lovely.
भाई लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा चांसेस है कि लोग डिस्क्वालीफाई भी हो जाते हैं रेस के बाद 1 पिट स्टॉप वाले जिसमें हैमिल्टन भी है ऑफ कोर्स. भाई लेकिन लॉन्डे ने क्या रेस निकाला है यार. भाई क्या रेस निकाला है लैंडो नॉरिस भाई. भाई 9 पॉइंट्स का गैप आ चुका है फिर से. लेट्स गो. Oh, P1 for Norris, P2 for Piastri, P3 Russell, and then P4 Leclerc, P5 Alonso, P6 for Bortoleto, P7 Stroll, P8 Lawson. Oh, ahead of Verstappen on P9. Antonelli P10, Hedra P11, Hamilton P12. भाई हैमिल्टन को मीडियम्स पे स्टार्ट करना चाहिए था यार रेस. खोटा खोटा हार्ट्स पे गया भाई. मीडियम्स पे स्टार्ट करना चाहिए था. भाई साहब लॉन्डे ने रेस निकाल लिया यार. P3 से P4 आया वहाँ से वापस से P1. भाई साहब
to beat Leclerc. Norris didn't have that problem because he was out of the picture basically.
भाई नॉन फरारी पोडियम में नहीं देख पाऊंगा. नॉन फरारी पोडियम हम नहीं देख पाएंगे चैट.
Not really being in that fight with the Ferrari at the front. They had more freedom, they took it, but he still had to deliver that pace for that amount of time.
Oh यार लैंडो.
Yeah. And obviously Oscar Piastri be saying,
लैंडो को क्यों जीतना है रेस यार.
Yo
chat 7 people watching this stream. If you are new to this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We are too close for 250 subscribers. Let's go, let's reach 250 subscribers chat. Let's go. If you like this race, hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Lando won. I don't know how. P3 P2 Russell on the podium. Leclerc P3 dealing with the issues as usual. Ferraris and Hamilton P12 where we started this race. Antonelli gained 5 positions. Verstappen lost 1 position. Alonso Lawson ahead. RB ahead of Red Bull.
fastest lap of the race for George Russell. I'm sure
Tough race for Ferrari, man.
will be
Tough
delighted
race.
with a podium there. For Max Verstappen, was never really in the race.
Verstappen's nailed on at Red Bull, as we knew he would be. So George is now, you know what, I'll give my Mercedes contract a little bit more thought. I might want the M&Ms without the green ones in my dressing room or something.
Balls in George's court, I'm told, on that one.
Other sweets available.
Balls in George's court.
Let's go chat, let's end this stream. पोडियम नहीं देख पाएंगे हम. मिलते हैं आप लोगों से कल, तब तक के लिए टाटा, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट. See you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining this stream. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe.
I think it's a penalty that hasn't affected his race, but just
don't forget to support chat. Bye bye.
Do that and think about it again next
See
time.
you all after that
race,
winter break. 1 month. See you all on Zenvote. Home soil of Verstappen, home race of Verstappen. Bye bye. See you all, chat.